evening, everybody, and welcome to Sailor Nation Sports. Once again, the family is on the road. This time not so far, just down I-96 to Grand Rapids, Michigan, in historic Houseman Field, where tonight the rebuilt, the revamped, revitalized Redhawks of Grand Rapids Union play host to the two-time defending state champions, your Sailors of Mona Shores High School. The family's all together. But, Joseph, we have an addition to the family today besides the wonder that is called Stevie Wonder. Kim is gone doing a gig somewhere, but Joseph, introduce our new family member, would you?
Well, I'm proud to introduce Mr. Cohen Holman. You guys might have heard us on a couple of other broadcasts at the very end of last year. Cohen joined us for a couple of concerts as well as graduation and whatnot. Cohen is actually going to be joining the broadcast class the last trimester, is that right, Cohen?
Yep.
Of this year, and he's going into broadcast. He wants to be an actual sports broadcaster. He wants to go to school to be a sports broadcaster. So Cohen's getting in early as a freshman here, and by the time he becomes a senior, I'm certain he's going to be running this thing way better than what I do. So welcome, Cohen.
Yeah, buddy, welcome. And Cohen, if you play your cards right and you listen to me, and you listen to the family here, we're going to get a hold of the Dan Patrick Show and the Dan Patrick School of Broadcasting down in Tampa, Florida. We're going to get you there, buddy. You don't you worry. But Cohen, welcome to the family. And as always, the eye in the sky, Joseph, is gone today. He's doing a gig somewhere. He's doing a live concert somewhere, right?
He is, yeah.
Yep, yes, he is.
That's correct.
Yep, the drummer extraordinaire. But as always, the wonder that he is. Stevie Wonder. Steven, how you doing, my friend?
Good, Joe. Good. Glad to be here. It's been a long time since I've been to Houseman Field, so.
Yeah, that's right, because last year we were home. And, Steve, we've got our new best friend with us here from Grand Rapids Union, don't we?
We sure do.
Yeah, we had the honor of meeting TJ, the statistician from Houseman, and he's sitting right next to me, and, God, it's just good to have him here. I'll tell you, TJ, welcome. Good to have you with us again tonight. So, Steve, let's go over some keys to the game, because last week was not one of our better performances, as we saw. Conversely, though, we really saw a good Martin Luther King down in Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it, Nick. I mean, King was, when we talked about it during the game, we talked about it after the game. King was a different team than they were the year before.
Oh, absolutely.
Or last year, when we saw them in January, whenever it was. And, Moore, the quarterback, was vastly improved. And I think they wanted to prove something to Mona Shores and defend their home turf, so to speak. And I think they wanted to win going into a big game tonight against Cass Tech. And obviously Cass Tech took it to Muskegon last week. So Kings Field's going to be rocking tonight.
Boy, I'll tell you what, 4 or 5-star recruits everywhere, D1 prospects everywhere, scholarships, just naming some of these kids are getting them from everywhere. But, Steve, we got a big game here going on tonight here in Kickoff in about 16 minutes. We got a Grand Rapids Union team that hasn't seen 2-0 and, I don't know, Steve, forever maybe?
Well, I can tell you, I have some stats. It's the first time, so they haven't started 2-0 since 1998. It's been 2008 since they've won 2 games in a season, and they're already at that in 2-0. And it's been since 2003 since they won back-to-back games. So, since 2004, if you're talking about winning and a lack of winning, Union is only 12 wins and 139 losses since 2004. So to speak about being 2-0 and the excitement, and I had a chance to walk in with Coach Fellows and we talked about it, and I said, it's got to be at least some excitement going on, and we talked about it, and he said there's definitely excitement going on, and we'll share some more of that conversation. But good for Union. It's good for the Union players. It's good for the school. It's good for the city of Grand Rapids, and it'll be fun to watch tonight.
Yeah, Don Fellows, I had the privilege and honor of coaching with Don his first 3 years at Mona Shores, and then he moved on. But Don does a nice job. Don has assembled a staff that really emulates almost a college staff down here. I look at the technology that Don's brought, a great statistician in TJ right here. But I look at the coaches on the sideline. There weren't that many coaches when, 5, 6, 7 years ago. So Don has brought that in. He's got more players on the sideline this year. Unfortunately, not enough. And I say not enough in order to establish a JV team. They got a freshman team, and they have a varsity team combined of, TJ was telling me, only 11 seniors that came out. That's not a lot of seniors. And if you look at that scenario, that's not a lot of football IQ, Steve, as well. And we were talking to TJ a little while ago about, you can't teach speed. You're either fast or you're slow. You're either big or you're small. You're either strong or you're weak. But football IQ, Steve, and you being a quarterback, comes from being on the field, being around football all the time. Explain some of the scenarios here and where some of the downfalls may be, because he's got numbers. He's got 38 good numbers.
Yeah, and speaking of it, when I was talking to Don on the way in, we were talking about how, and he was telling me about, they haven't had a youth football program. And so he started that this year. And the youth program they did have was spotty at best, if you even call that. And so just the IQ and growing up as football players. And he also mentioned, I think he said that on the offensive and defensive lines, there's only one senior starting. And, I look at the roster, they don't have a JV team, but in terms of the amount of freshmen and sophomores that are actually seeing playing time on the field for Union is a lot. So they don't have the JV team, but they certainly have the kids that would be playing it. Yeah. They just need them on the varsity, and obviously at 2-0,
they're doing something right.
And they're big kids.
I was looking at them down there. Now, conversely, though, and I want TJ to hear this, in the Detroit Public School League, King doesn't have a freshman team because the youth league is so big that a lot of ninth graders are still playing youth football. And then you go to King, you go to Cass Tech, and then some of the other public schools, they go to all these youth camps. Hey, we need you to come to King. We need you to come here. We need you to come there. And that really hurts their football brand because they don't have freshmen. And if you're a good freshman, you're going to be up on the varsity. If you're a so-so freshman, you're going to be on the JV team. And so when King came to Shores last week to play us, they only brought 16 kids. Well, the poor kids got gassed by the end of the first quarter. So, yeah, it's a different scenario, and good for Don for getting youth club, because that's where your football IQ comes into play big time right here. 2-0, Steve. The kids have just, here at Union, have got to be sky high being 2-0. They're competitive right now. They're playing some good football.
Absolutely. Their first game of the year was against Ottawa Hills. They won 35-34 in a close game. And then last week played Ypsilanti Community, I think it was, and they won 42-14. And so, obviously, right, when I go back to one of the first things I said, since 2004, 12 wins. So when you start off 2-0, the excitement has to be there. And then talking to Coach Fellows on the way in too, he did mention though it's still a huge challenge when you talk about getting the players to practice and that element of it. And we talked a little bit last year on air and how Coach Fellows had talked about assigning different coaches to bring certain kids home and bringing them. And it's interesting what he has put together and talked about really having to be there and feed the kids. The challenges of being an inner city coach and in a program, quite honestly, that hasn't been successful at all
for decades. Decades, really.
So
just
establishing the baseline of here are the expectations and following through on them.
Yeah, great job for bringing that, sharing that with it. Tonight is absolutely a perfect night for football. Slight breeze coming out of the southwest, clear skies. It's absolutely, we're probably going to be in the low 70s maybe. It's absolutely picture-perfect football night. And Houseman looks absolutely, the revamped Houseman was in 09, so you're looking 12 years ago. They redid it. It looks spectacular.
Yeah, for lack of a better way to put it, it's a neat old stadium, but obviously they
they gave it new life.
Yeah, but it's cool. It has, the brick features to it, the nice AstroTurf field, the nice scoreboard. It's
great
a cool
track around it.
And you look over to the left and you kind of see the brick elements on the wall still that, just show the unique old features of the stadium.
Look at you, Mr. Flipper Flop, here in football stadiums. My goodness, the features of it.
I'm a social studies teacher by trade, so occasionally architecture comes in.
God, Christina on the coast, Stevie on Lake Michigan. My goodness here. So, Steve, what are we going to see from Mona Shores tonight? after what we saw last week?
Well, you know what you're going to see. You're going to see quite a few changes. So right off the bat, they have two players out that are slightly injured. Jalen Vitton is out, just a little injury, and then Elijah Johnson, a name that we hear and have heard for a couple years now. He has a little tweak, he said, and so he'll be out. And then on top of it, the offensive line is reshuffled this week, and so you have not a whole new line, but you have Nathan Allen starting at right tackle, Jesse Love's moving down to right guard. You have Dawson Trigg starting at left guard, Sam Wahlberg at center, and then Luke Emmons. So, you have a couple changes, and I think that goes back to, and talking to Coach Sickinga before the game last week, just, making sure that people are doing their assignments and following through. And last week, obviously, we talked about that Detroit King. There was, I think some miscommunication up front, and that caused some of the havoc and the pressure that King brought last week.
Oh, without a question. And we really hadn't seen a team like King since we played King in 2019. Trigg is the only senior starting on that offensive line right there. So the rest all come back, and Emmons is just a sophomore. At 6'5", 285. That's a big boy right there. Your skills are all senior except for Ivy. Comes in as the junior. His backup is Frederick, the transfer from Muskegon. But yeah, somewhat revamped, and some kids earning some starting time, Steve, which is good.
Yeah, for sure. And I going back to last week, and we alluded to it on the broadcast, and I think that outside of the program, and when I say outside of the program, I mean outside of the football team, the winning streak coming to an end is a big deal. It's a talking point. I think within the program, and listening to what Matt had to say after the game, streaks are, they're going to end at some point in time. And, let's be honest, losing to Detroit King is not such a bad
Well, no, it's
streak
not really
loser.
such a bad
but
streak.
But it was interesting. So in his post-game interview, Coach Kozak, he said, we have three goals. We set three goals: win the conference, make playoffs, and make a run at the state championship. None of those goals were affected by the loss last week.
Right.
And then he also said, look at the first two games we played. We played on the road in the Pink Arrow game. Awesome atmosphere. First time back with COVID restrictions lifted. Big crowd. And then last week, traveling across the state to Detroit King. So two huge games, travel games. Coming out of those games 1-1. And not too bad.
No, and you go back to that first game, everybody thought Lowell was going to be, traditionally they've been good. They've given up 85 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
They may not be that good this year. So, it was a big game as far as the Pink Arrow, but contestant-wise, they weren't that good.
Sure, no.
And so when you face a King, that's a different cat. And as Muskegon faced when Cass Tech came rolling into town, huh? Now talking about a different cat.
Yeah.
Boy, those two big boys meet tonight at King at 7 o'clock.
And I've always said this, that there's a lot to say about game speed versus practice speed. Whether it's a scrimmage, whether it's...
Point.
So we came in and we played against that Lowell team. And even though that it was Lowell, even though it was an actual game, again, we talked about it's not the same Lowell that people are used to, that we talk about as being in the powerhouses and everything else. That was not the same game speed that they faced against King.
Oh, absolutely.
And King was a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
And definitely, like we mentioned, not the same team that we had faced the previous year.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Lowell was tackle to tackle, pound, pound, pound. King will just spread you out sideline to sideline and do things. Not only that, but Steve brought up a super point. How do you emulate speed? Well, I don't know if you can. I just don't know.
At the end of the day, it's not something that you can...
Right, and now not looking past this game, obviously, but when we play Zeeland West, how do you emulate, the tight T formation like Shillett? Well, you can't.
Right.
It's strictly assignment football, and you got to do it that way. But that's down the road. Tonight, though, we're going to see Don Fellows in his second year, and talking to TJ, they have made huge, huge leaps and bounds as far as the football program goes. Number one, getting kids out. Number two, buying into the program. Fielding a freshman team that's just going to, restoke and retool what Don is doing here. Not only that, they're only graduating 11 seniors, so over 90% of the kids are going to be back with us here, and it's going to be something special.
Yeah, and if you look at Don Fellow's track record as a coach, I mean, let's not forget, before he came to Grand Rapids Union, he was at Grand Rapids Christian for 10 years, and he went 80-30 and was in 2012 they won the Division III state championship. So, his overall record is 95-60. He coached at Mesick. He's coached at Mona Shores for 3 years. He went out west and coached at Los Angeles Valley College, College of the Canyons. He's well-traveled. He is an offensive guy. And, I think he has definitely brought a spark back to the Union program. Obviously, they have, 2-0. I think anyone in the program would admit they have a ways to go still, but certainly it's something to build off of.
Well, you can't complain with 2-0, that's for sure. I mean, wow, I'll tell you what.
And not only that, but he's part of the Tony Anise tree that, Matt and Zeitman and Jennison, who's had success. It's kind of back, Steve, when you and I, when I played anyways, the Roger
Thanks for not lumping me in with
No, that's right. I can't do that, Steve. The Roger Cheverini tree.
Yeah.
Back in the day right there.
But I played under that, too, with Dean Jewett.
Yeah,
and then I coached, and then when I coached at Puffer with Denny Barnes, the tree is, it's funny how those work out.
Yeah, it is.
Going back to the program, obviously being 2-0 and obviously still having a ways to go, being 2-0 and being under this type of a coaching system and everything else, the only way that you do get better is to inspire kids to want to play at the lower levels so that they get in, they learn the system, they play, they learn the techniques, they play, they hone their skills, they play. And I'll tell you, I'm excited just to be here because the last couple of games that we watched, I don't want to say I felt sorry. I felt like, man, these kids are giving as much effort as they possibly can, and they're just not, it's just not coming along. Sure. But all of a sudden, now you see this click, and now you see the resiliency of the coaching staff and the dedication and everything that they've been able to put into this really turning into something, and that's exciting for a program.
And once again, going back to what I said earlier, it's exciting for the program, it's exciting for the community, it's exciting for everyone that's involved here. It's exciting, for Grand Rapids as a whole.
Well, one of the things that I wouldn't say I'm excited about. I'm really not, because I'm not normally the one that's running the camera. And I'm having to do that today. Again, we mentioned those that are just joining us. Thanks for joining us here on Sailor Nation Sports Network, coming from the John Vandervelde the Nexus Realty broadcast booth here at Houseman Field. Kimmin, our normal eye in the sky, is not here tonight. Kimmin has actually got a gig with his band. And fortunately, we have Cohen Holman joining us for our first broadcast of the season. Cohen, thanks for joining us. You are filling a very, very vital role by helping push the buttons on this broadcast. So we're running some different positions. I'm kind of co-helping Cohen next to him while I'm also running the camera. And
the chat will be hard to monitor a little bit,
too. So everybody be patient. We're playing a lot of roles here, but we're leaving the Greek mythology over here, the man, the myth, the Mocha legend, and the wonder that is Stevie.
Don't see that one.
To do their thing, and we're Cohen and I are going to make sure that we keep everything rolling well out to you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoy the broadcast.
Yeah, so the Red Hawks are coming out on the field under the tutelage of head coach Don Fellows and his entourage, a.k.a. staff, and the Sailors make their appearance on Houseman Field, which is poised to be really an exciting game. I think it's going to be wide open. It's going to be fast-paced, and it's going to be interesting to see the changes that Coach Fellow has made on his staff.
No question.
Yeah, Steve, we got a second here. How about keys of the game, buddy?
Yeah, sure. So before we get the national anthem here, just keys of the game for Mona Shores. Shores has to get off to a fast start. They can't let last week's loss linger, that's for sure. Number two, they have to contain quarterback Tommy Stevens for Union. He's a quality quarterback. He's nifty. He's shifty. He's an athlete, and so got to keep an eye on him. And then lastly, for Mona Shores, they have to establish the run game. I think that has to be a focus, and and maybe with some of the changes up front, that will happen. Maybe it'll take a time for the gel, but I think they have to establish the run tonight. In terms of Union, Union has to create some turnovers. There's no doubt about that. They have nothing to lose. Take some chances. Take some shots down the field. I mean, you're 2-0, but you really don't. I think when you come into this game, people think Mona Shores is going to run you over. So I think you just take some chances. And lastly, kind of do what King did to Mona Shores last week. Be multiple, have different formations, don't be predictable, running versus passing, and just keep Mona Shores defensively off balance.
We're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to stay with you as both teams line up for the playing of our national anthem. A wonderful rendition by the Grand Rapids Union Marching Band, and we're getting ready for kickoff. 12 minutes, the length of each quarter. We're going to be playing 4 on an absolutely perfect night. Got Athletic Director Tom Conrad in the booth helping out on defense. Aaron James is going to be up here shortly. Redhawks come in at 2-0. Sailors 1-1. And it's we kind of break up the season into 3 parts. It's your non-conference, conference, and playoffs. And right now, every game is conference, my friend.
Yep, and going back to what Coach Koziak said after the game, that even though they lost last week, that didn't affect any of their team goals, and it first starts with winning conference. And so having this be the first game in conference, obviously there's a greater importance on this to getting off in conference 1-0.
Yeah, so we are getting ready. Officials there in the center of the field walking out with the captains right now. Number 7, and it looks like it's at number 3 or number 9. Joe, what do you got there, buddy?
That's 7 and 3.
7 and 3.
Stevens and Reed.
Yeah. And the quarterback for Union is a junior this year, so he's got a game underneath his belt already under new head coach Don Fellows.
And last year when he played against us, I think he was a little banged up, a little injured, but you could still see, the talent. And then watching game film this week of their games, he's definitely an athlete and something. I mentioned that in pregame, but and one of the keys to the game, quite honestly, we have to contain him.
Yeah, Sailors won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so the Redhawks will receive. Nice crowd here on both sides here on an absolutely picture-perfect late summer day here in the Midwest, the great state, the Mitten. Grand Rapids, Michigan, otherwise known as Furniture City.
Some people refer to it as Beer City around here, too.
Yeah, Beer City.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
As Steve smiles.
But I do see that Robert Keller from Georgia's back on. He's waiting for that trivia question.
Yes,
in the second quarter, baby.
Yeah, we weren't able to do it last week because we were having some cellular issues.
Yeah, so we'll have the Troy Wasserman Core Realty Partners trivia question come up in the second quarter. I think it's a good one.
I believe we may have a flyover here going. And this is, I believe it's Armed Forces Recognition Day or something to that effect.
Wow, is that loud?
United States Coast Guard.
Are you getting that?
Yeah, sure am.
All right. Yeah, speaking about that, next week we got a big home game.
We do.
Of family members here. It's the Sailors Salute. And I tell you, if you want to bring in a top-notch opponent, just call up Jack Shilto down in John down at Zeeland West. They're going to be coming in. Helicopters flying over right now, over the visitor stand. Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Wow, look at that. Hope everybody's getting a look at that. Joe's doing a great job. Colin doing a great job. I want to welcome him with us here. They might just hang around for the game. And there's the kickoff. It's high end over on 10. He's going to take it at the goal line. 10.
Great coverage.
Great coverage. He's going to be tackling around the 12-yard line.
Good start.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Red Hawk ball's going to be marked right at the 12-yard line.
So what you're going to see from Union, you see multiple formation. It looked like on film they a little more H-back this year, and we'll see if that holds true. As we mentioned, a young team, but starting off the season 2-0, and so it'll be interesting and see how the defense gets started here.
Well, TJ was sharing that they got some nice-looking linemen. They got some nice sides up front. Boy, the beef is strong here at Union. You think they're grain-fed probably. That's what I'm thinking here. We got trips left, split to the right. H-back on 10. Quarterback's going to keep the ball going around that right side. He's going to pick up maybe a half a yard. Yep, we're going to give him about a half. It'll be 2nd down. Well, we'll give him 1. 2nd down and 9.
Look like Koziak on the stop there.
Steven, the senior. And you've got 6 seniors on that defense that's starting tonight for Mona Shores.
And you also see, like most teams now, the no huddle from them as well. And you do see that H-back.
Got a tight end to the one side there, a little counter to the H-back. He's going to go around that right side. He's going to pick up a few more yards. Looks like he's going to pick up 5, maybe 6 yards on the carry.
Nicely designed play.
It'll be 3rd and 2. 3rd and 3. So 3rd down and 3, they're calling it the money down. Came to us 3 years ago, Joe.
It did. It was actually, I think it was about 4, yeah?
Yeah, 4 years ago at Forest Hill Central. We'll get into it.
Watch Stevens on the keeper here. Whoa, that's going to change things.
Yeah, that's going to change things. We got a jump here. It looks like it's the Red Hawk left guard jump, maybe. Boy, you want to talk about a drive buster, something like that. When you got a 3rd and 3, the ball's at the 19. It turns into now a 3rd and 8. It goes from short yardage to long yardage, really.
And we've talked about that, right? 3rd and 3, you can run any play.
Anything,
3rd and 3,
right.
3rd and 8, you can still run anything, but it's not as logical or likely to happen.
And now, right now, you're almost thrown to throw the ball, would you say?
Most likely, but
yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised if Stevens kept the ball here.
Yep. Twins to the top, twins to the bottom, fullback offset to the left. Back to Pats. He eludes one. He's got some real estate. Going to go downfield right there. It's caught at the 30. Stevens rolling left. A little pitch and catch. Gets the 1st down at the 30, and the elusiveness, Steve, of the quarterback.
Well, that was a design play. So as he dropped back, what they tried to do is get the defensive end to come in, and then he rolled out past, and the receiver came all the way across the field. That was a brilliantly designed play.
Tight end to the left, H-back to the left, twins to the top, fullback offset to the right. Stevens, the quarterback. Coach Fellows changing the play right here. Ball's going to be marked at the 29. Will make it 30-yard line. Stevens going to carry the ball around that left side. He's going to pick up about 1. I'm looking at the official. We're going to make it 2. Brings up a 2nd down and 8.
Koziak and Thalman on the stop there. And it's Don's brother, Jeremy, who I believe calls the offense.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew Jeremy was with him. I couldn't remember. Yeah. Tight end to the right, twins to the right. So we got trips to the right, split to the left, fullback offset to the left of Stevens. Stevens going to carry the ball. He's going to go around that left side. 40. He's going to be run out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Nice little Nice little play there, Stevie.
Absolutely. May have gotten away with a little holding, but, hey, they didn't call it. So
hey, it's only a penalty if you're caught, baby.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
only a penalty if you're caught.
It looked like Stephen Koziak was trying to accentuate it a little bit, but didn't get the call.
Brings up 1st and 10. Balls are going to be marked at the 44, and the Redhawks got a nice little drive going.
4 minutes almost already. 8 minutes left.
Trips right, split left, fullback offset to the left now. Oh, nice little look at this. Boy, a little option look. They pull both guards going to the right, which tells the linebackers, hey, linebackers read guards. Guards don't lie. Well, guess what? So we
call that a false key.
A false key, correct. Picks up about 5, 6, 7 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. 8:04. God, I tell you what, TJ's really my new best friend. I'm going to let Don know he needs a raise or something, for God's sakes, because
you might want to explain who TJ is, just for those joining in late.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm going to keep TJ a mystery for a little
secret.
bit. A secret. That's called a tease on TV. Just in case you guys didn't know that. See, that's called a tease.
I got you.
Okay, comes there the guard right here. Back and go around that right side. He's going to pick up 6, 7 more yards. We'll make it 8 on the carry. Picks up another 1st down for the Redhawks. And I tell you what, Steve and Joe, Redhawks look good on this drive.
There is an incredible amount of discipline in their play right now, and I think it's catching Mona Shores off guard a little bit.
Oh, without a question, they look good on this play.
They really do.
And I'm not trying to insult, the Union program. Much improved from that, and kudos to the staff. Twins to the top. We also got tight end to the top. Stevens rolling out a little bit. The right-hander's going to get it. He's going to get some yardage. He gets past the. Picks up about, I'm looking here, maybe 5, 6 yards on the carry.
And there was good coverage on the play, but he got outside the pocket, and so he did the right move and turned it upfield and ran it. It was a great.
Guys, I just want to point out we've got a 4.5 minute drive going here right now from Union. That's incredible.
Little scat back.
7:30 left in the first quarter.
DJ was telling me Stevens a little scat back at 5'8". I tell you what, the young man's got some wheels and he knows how to use them. He's cat quick. Hey, I had a chance to talk to Bob Farr, longtime friend, when he was coaching in the Grand Rapids City League, and I was at Muskegon. Bob is 78. He looks absolutely great. Little jet motion right here. He's going to pick up. Now he's going to get maybe one, the official, on that far side over there, the east side of the Houseman field here. Want to say a big shout out to the press box crew back home in Muskegon. The crew that works under Dan Vandermine, great guys right there, and they always watch us. Want to say hi, fellows.
I think they made the trip over, actually, today.
Oh, did they make the trip?
On the sideline, yeah.
Good. And brings up a 3rd down and 4, another money down here for the Sailors. Base 4-2-5.
I wouldn't be surprised they took a shot here.
Twins to the top bottom.
There it is.
Quarterback. Oh, he's got a guy wide open right there. The H-back coming out of the backfield.
He's in.
Down 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Grand Rapids Union on the opening drive here of the game. The Redhawks go about 86 yards.
Wow.
To go up 6-0. What a great play. The H-back going out of the backfield, Steve.
Yeah, that was, there's no way to say it. That was a beautiful drive.
It was an incredibly well-played drive. They overcame adversity with that 3rd and 3. When they had the penalty, they really could have set them back and really taken away, and they took some chances on it through a nice rollout pass, and here they are in the end zone for 6.
Talking, and not to go back to the keys of the game, but one of the keys I thought for Mona Shores was to get off to a fast start. Don't let last week's loss linger. And one of the keys for Union, I thought, was to be multiple and in their running and passing in different formations. And they came out and they certainly were multiple and mixed in the pass and run really well there. What a drive.
Great drive. Absolutely a great drive here.
So now the key is, how does Mona Shores react to that?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, kudos to them. I'll tell you what.
No,
that was
nice.
fun to watch. Actually, not if you're a Mona Shores fan. I mean, it almost looked like we were playing back on our heels for the most part. There was no real aggressiveness on that. We weren't able to cut them off and slow them down. We're going to have to readjust. Czech is going to have to find a way to stuff that out.
That was a 5-minute, 45-minute drive.
Yeah,
well, 43-second drive, but
that's a lot of time to take off the clock.
Tight formation by Union.
Yeah, it is.
Stay in bounds. Just ran out of real estate over there.
Went out of bounds at whereabouts, Stevie? What do you got over
the
there?
22-yard line.
22
I think it
first,
yep.
and 10 balls going to be marked at the 22-yard line. 6:14 remaining here in the opening quarter. Everybody in the conference is playing a non-conference game. The OK Green is in action tonight. Everybody with a conference game. Muskegon is at Zeeland West. Reese Puffer is at or hosting Wyoming?
Hosting Wyoming,
Hosting Wyoming at Rocket Stadium. Farnham, the ball carrier.
I'd like to thank everybody, the 241 people that we have watching right now, joining us here, Sailor Nation Sports Network, from the John Vandervelde and Nexus Realty broadcast booth, high in the press box here at Houseman Field.
Joe Kanukin assuming the role of eye in the sky.
I think that was David or Frederick on the carry.
Frederick the carry? Yeah. All right, 1st and 10. Twins to the top and bottom. Konechny is your quarterback.
Once again, Johnson's out with an injury, so Demir Farnham's in.
Konechny going to carry the ball, 45. Konechny just tripped up after picking up about 12 yards on the carry.
You know, good start. So we had, as we talked about, the offensive line shuffled around a little bit. A few new starters in there, so a good start for Mona Shores.
Oh, yeah, great start right here. Konechny picking up 12, brings up 1st and 10. Ball's going to be marked at the 43. We're 5:50 counting down here in the opening quarter. OK Green Conference action.
253 viewers, so thanks for those of you joining in.
Twins to the top end, bottom. Fullback now. Offset to the left. We got a little motion to the right.
Demir Farnham.
Farnham carrying the ball. Farnham's going to pick up about, I'm going to give it 8. It brings up 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, again, as Nick had mentioned, Kimmin not with us tonight. He had a previous engagement. So I'm here with these guys in the booth. Cohen Holman, our newest addition to the crew, is helping run a lot of the broadcast side of it. I'm running the camera, so if you don't like what you see, I don't blame you. I'm not Kimmin. I'm not Kimmin, but we're still going to do the best we can to bring you a great,
is the best in the business
product here.
So you think Kimmin's going back to like his 1960 days, kind of like just...
I've had a chance to watch a little bit of his band, and he's pretty good.
Kimmin is really?
Yeah, he's really good. He's played Pencrest Lane. I think he's got I'm not sure if this is in Grand Rapids tonight or what, but he's got several gigs. His band's
Twins
not too
to the
bad.
top and bottom. Motion, jet motion. Konechny going to carry ball. Konechny's going to pick up about 5 yards on a carry. Now they're going to give it 4.
So it looks like Flanders came into the game. So it looks like maybe they're going to kind of play with some offensive line combinations and maybe see which one works the best. Mm-hmm. Shuffle some kids in and out.
Flanders was a little bruised up after last week. We were talking.
I would imagine a lot of them are bruised up after last week.
Yeah. Nice crowd on both sides of the ball. Nice to see Sailor Nation traveling well. It's going to be encroachment on the Red Hawks. Brings up a 2nd down and 1. Ball's on that far east hash. Konechny going back. Konechny's going to kick the ball. Konechny's going to go down to the 10. 5. Touchdown. Mark connecting on the quarterback draw. They must have seen something. That's 3 times now we saw that play.
So they've been working on that the past couple weeks in practice. I don't think they ran it last week, but no doubt about it. And Union has pressure, and that was great blocking. And Mark, we always think of Mark as the thrower, but
Mark can run the ball.
After the low game, he proved he could run, and he made some great cuts right there and reading his blocks. He almost tripped, but he got in.
You know what, though? That just tested his athletic abilities just a little bit more.
And I'll bet he was sore after the game.
My goodness.
He was beat, boy. PAT attempt, connecting with the hold. Snap. The kick, it's up. It is good. So with 3:41 remaining here in the opening quarter, the Sailors march about 65 yards to tie up the score 7-7. We're going to take a quick break. You can take it with us, but you only get a minute. We'll see you back in 1.
This is our house. We can find your house.
Blended Furniture Market thanks you, Mona Shore Sailors, for your support. Have a fantastic game. Try your best and make a difference. Come shop with us down the road at Blended Furniture Market. Visit us on Facebook and Instagram. Go Sailors!
We want to welcome everyone back to Sailor Nation Sports. We're in Grand Rapids, the Furniture City, the Redhawks, playing host to the 2-time defending Division II state champions, the Sailors of Mona Shores. We got a ball game, everybody. Everybody thought, no, it's going to be easy. 45-second, 45-point rule. Maybe we'll get out here early. We got a ball game. I'll tell you what, both teams scoring on their opening possessions. And Steve, I'll tell you what, Union looks good.
Absolutely. And now we're going to have to slow them down again on offense. If we
High
can.
end overrun kick going to be taken at the 10 across 15 down to about the 20. And lunges to about the 23-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 Redhawks at their own 23. So we're going to see. I wouldn't think you'd see a lot of changes on the offense, but Coach Check might have to do a little revamping, a little tweaking of his defense, Stephen.
Yeah, I'm sure, I think that's the cat and mouse game always in football. What's the especially when you're a defense coordinator, what does the offense come out in? Do they do anything different than what you've seen on film? And then how do we react to it? So, and we know Coach Check, he's one of the best in the business. He proved that at West Catholic. He's proved that here. And so, obviously they'll make their adjustments and see what happens from there.
Yeah, there's a head coach in waiting. You got a couple of head coaches in waiting in Coach Check. And without a question, Aaron James, I would say. So 1st and 10, you got a split.
Coach, at the end of this play, we've got one question on the chat that I want you to explain since you're the coach. We'll go ahead and let you do it. I'll read it to you here in just a few minutes.
Little Jet quarterback Stevens going to carry, and he's going to get about 1 on the carry, bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Drew Sandberg on the tackle.
The question, Coach, is asking what is the difference? Explain the difference between offsides and encroachment.
I believe offside. Gosh, that's a great question. Encroachment is when you're set, I believe, and you cross the line of scrimmage. Offside is you line up.
Correct. That's how I would have answered it, but I'm glad he asked you first.
Yeah, in the where you line up in the neutral. Right. And I say that because it reared its ugly head in my game last night 3 times by the same person. Yeah.
So encroachment is when you come over the line of scrimmage. Offsides is when you physically line up.
Yeah, when you physically line up.
Offsides, you're physically offsides.
So I hope I answered that.
I think that was a very good explanation.
Well,
and if we didn't do very good, you can always Google it too.
Just Google it, right? But we always want to bring the best of Sailor Nation Sport. And thank you for the questions. Feel free to ask us more, and we'll do our best. If not, my daughter Angelina, Director of Football Operations for the JV program here, will look it up. Because her face is always in her phone. Wow. Trips to the right.
Little option look.
Little option off to that right side. Wow. He's going to break one. Oh, they're almost. I tell you what, shoestring tackle right there, Steve.
Yeah, they're really getting to the edge on us. And in the good downfield blocking, we have 2:29 left in the first quarter. Obviously it's 3rd and long now, 3rd and 8, 9. But that one could have easily have gone the distance.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like you're going to see a passing situation on a 3rd and 9. Balls marked at the 21, 229, as Steve said. We caught twins to the top, twins to the bottom, base set, fullback offset to the left.
Similar play. I was going to say they're going to run that similar play here.
He gets out of the stretch.
But there's that open receiver.
There's that open receiver again. And it's kind of like a drag coming back across the field, Steve.
Yeah, what happened was, in this case, I believe that as Stevens was looking as if he was going to run the ball, we kind of lost responsibility in the defensive backfield,
right.
and that's
exactly
what happened.
And it's easy to do because Steven is such a threat to run the ball. He creates that problem.
No doubt.
Steve, you mentioned this earlier. Is that by design?
That's a design play.
It's giving the wide receivers an opportunity to get lost out there in the secondary.
So what happens is the quarterback drops back, and if you notice, the running back kind of stayed there. They invite the defensive end, and then he breaks out, and then he's responsible for the block. And
with that said, ends are to contain the quarterback to the inside, never let him get outside, and that, the illusion of going back. Well, I'm going to go get him because he's going back. Here comes a little counter back right there. Steven's going to carry ball. Sees nobody. Oh, he's got some real estate over this side across the 40. Oh, and a shoestring tackle. DJ Cavanagh's the all-state contender, but there's a flag, and it looks like this one might be coming back with a hold, I would think, based on where the flag is.
Man, he had some real estate there.
Boy, he had some serious real estate. He might still be running. Probably out of the gate right now, going right down that hill.
There's be a personal foul face mask against the offense.
Whoa, there's a big one. Boy, you don't see that often. Probably an offensive lineman catching his fingers or his hand.
Up in his face,
right into the face mask right there.
Noah,
boy, that's a rare call, too.
Your son Noah says he wish he could be here with us.
Yeah, I wish he was there as well. Yeah. He could help run this camera. He's way better at it than I am. So,
Bryce Sickinga said, boys better pick it up, but that's his comments, but they probably,
Now, Steve, look at you doing a little double duty here tonight. Look at you,
I got to pick up everyone's slacker on this joint.
Yes, you are, Steve. Yes, you are.
Joe has to do that, so now I have to monitor the comments.
What's Nick doing extra?
Monitoring your backs right here. Oh, there's a bad snap. It's going to go against Stevens. Stevens going to
go wide open.
He's wide open. Oh, my goodness. And he's going to break one tackle. He's going to go down to the 40 or 45. And that's another play where bad snap, everybody's rushing up, thinking it's a fumble to get the quarterback. The receiver goes downfield, left wide open.
And it's another example of having an athletic
quarterback,
smart, football smart quarterback.
Yep, and that's what your second-year kid will do for you right here. We were talking to TJ, and he was kind enough to give us all kinds of great information and stuff. And football IQ is something that, you're not born with a football IQ. It's inherited based on doing work and prep via film or on the field or with other teammates. And this was very savvy of Stevens right here.
45 seconds left in the quarter.
Twins to the top, H-back offset to the right, fullback offset, like a little draw right here, a little counter step. There's going to be a flag. We call it timeout. Fellows is on the field.
Timeout, Union.
So are they going to wave the flag off, though?
Yes, they gave the timeout to him.
Okay, they gave the timeout. So we're going to take a timeout here with 39.0 seconds remaining here at historic Houseman Field. We're tied up 7-7. You got 1 minute, everybody. See you in just a bit.
From truck beds to bed beds, we've got your home and auto covered. Combine your home and auto with Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, and you could save $650. That's like 325 gallons of gas, or 21 sets of comfy sheets. So, trust our experts to find the perfect amount of coverage for you, making sure you're covered when you need it and how you need it. We shop a variety of insurance providers, industry leaders like Citizens and Frankenmuth Insurance, to make sure you get the highest quality coverage at the lowest possible rate. In Muskegon County, trust Ryan Rozicki to start a quote for you today. Visit Ryan at our All
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Nick is putting his headset on.
Well, I've been getting some comments from people at Sailor Nation Sport that I have to kind of just let other people talk a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of tone it down here a little bit. And one, my daughter, and two, a couple of my coaches here that says, Steve and Joe are there too. Oh, okay. Got a little option look here. Boy, I tell you what, he waited to the last minute, and he's going to gain about maybe one, the official on that far side. Nicely defended as far as stringing it out. Eventually, you've got to turn it up, Steve.
Yep. We have 22 seconds left. I don't know if they'll run a play before the end of the – no, looks like he's going to call him over to the sideline. So, what a first quarter. What a first quarter.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, they've made the best use out of all 4 downs. Like, they're not worried about it being second or third down or anything. It just, they're using the field the way they need to use the field. And it has really been, on offense, against defense, the Mona Shores defense, Union has been winning. And this is their second drive, and they are winning. Our offense went down the field fairly well.
Yeah, pretty methodically down the field. Well orchestrated. Yeah, I would agree.
The Czech defense has got some adjustments to do.
Oh, yeah, and other than the Kings quarterback, Moore, we haven't seen an athletic quarterback like this kid. This kid is... he's fleet-footed. He's got good football IQ, as we talk about, Steve and Joe. And there's some athletes on the field for Union.
Yeah, there is. And they're using them. They are definitely using them.
I'm going to get in TJ's ear during halftime. And Tommy Stevens is 4 for 4 for 170 yards. 107 in the first quarter. Thanks, TJ. I'm going to get in TJ's ear at halftime. I want to know what Don is doing for the offseason, the weight program, how he's impacted the football community, because the first game against Union was kind of like a community game, bringing everybody back, and we'll get into that. Redhawks, 2nd and 9. Ball's at the 35. We got a little motion. Stevens back. Open. Stevens going to go downfield. You got a receiver open, number 1, just off the outstretched arms. Boy, that was a nicely thrown ball, Steve.
It was, and I think that is a great play call. I think you still have to continue to run your offense, but you have to mix in the shots down the field, too.
You do. That was a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
I tell you what, Union is going places right now. They're taking advantage of the athletes that they have, and I'm sure that this is going to inspire other athletes within this community to come out and want to play for this program.
Yeah, we saw Jack Jones come up here from Wood TV8, and we're the defending two-state champ, but Union is doing something right too, and I think the Grand Rapids area knows that.
They are getting the right attention.
Yeah,
for sure. Looked like there was 2 offsetting penalties. I was just watching the referee there.
So 3rd and 9 now. Twins to the top, twins to the bottom, fullback offset to the left. We got motion from left to right.
Oof, that's a lot of movement.
A lot of movement here, and I think it's going to be against the Redhawks. And it is. So you go from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 14, Steve. And we talked about that in the first quarter. If you want to get a coach's dander up right here, and they're the OC. Boy, this does it right here.
Those are the ones that just.
Yeah. Well, those are drive breakers, literally drive breakers, and they're just killer.
Especially when you've got this kind of momentum.
Oh, absolutely, Joe. And you're 5 right. You were probably in 4-down territory in this area as well. Now it changes a little bit. Stevens rolling out to his right. He's got a receiver downfield. He's going to make the catch at about the 27.
Frederick's on the stop.
24, and that's enough for the first down. I'll tell you what. Keep this little cat inside is going to be a yeoman's work tonight. I tell you, Stevens is impressive. 1 incomplete. Now, what is he? He's 5 out of 6.
And that
5 out of 6 for 122, Joe.
That was a 3rd and 14. There's no fear right here. They are just playing.
Well, let's also give credit to the route running of the receiver.
Oh, exactly, Steve. That's a great point. Got a little jet. It's going to be a fake. Stevens going to keep the ball, and he's going to break 1 tackle, and he's going to lose about 4 yards on. He's going to make a loss of 5, bring up 2nd down and 15.
Koziak on the stop.
Stephen Koziak, the senior, son of Matt Koziak. Matt, one of four. Stephen, one of four, is going to be graduating in the class of 2022. Joe, you're doing a great job on that camera.
Well, I hope so. I hope that's the case.
Well, you've got my vote of confidence. I'm letting you know right now. We got trips to the left. H-back offset to the left now. Little shuffle along that side there. Nice play by DJ Cavanis.
Demir Farnham.
Farnham
strung that out. That was a great play.
Brings up a 3rd and 17, it looks like now. So 3rd and 17 brings up a passing situation. 10-28 counting down here till halftime. OK Green Conference, the Redhawks playing host to the Sailors.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a draw here. I wouldn't be surprised to see some type of rollout or just take a shot deep.
Well, and it is 4-down territory, so you're right.
I would think
you really
it would
do
be
have
4
a little
down.
bit of wide
Joe,
open.
that's a great point. Stevens back to pass. Stevens going to keep the ball. Oh, he's got some real estate. He's got the first down.
That's coming back.
Stevens going to pick up down. So he's going to get down to the 4, but there is a flag.
So
way back here.
Probably going to be a hold.
So what the flag was, the slot receiver, I think he was unsure of the play or the route, so he was looking at the sideline, and as he was doing that, he was moving, and they snapped the ball, and they threw the flag.
Illegal procedure.
It's a close one. He threw the flag, and I know it looks like Don's not very happy about that.
Yep,
yeah, Don Juan's a little upset, isn't he? He's pleading his case, but it's going to go to deaf ears. Throw the flag on. They're going to throw the flag on Don, maybe? I
don't think so.
No, they won't.
Don's he knows the limits.
Yeah. He's pushing them too, though. Donnie's pushing the limits here. And he's got a right to do that. I remember we saw Coach Kozak in the game, the Lowell game.
Yep.
He was out there. So trip to the right, split to the left, fullback offset to the right. It's going to be 3rd and 35. It's a country mile. It's low snap. Stevens back. All day wrong. He's going to tuck in and run now.
See if Landon can make the tackle.
No, he's not. He's going to get the first down and some real estate. Stevens going to go all the way down to about the 4-yard line, boys and girls. And I tell you what, Steve, Joe, he had all day long back there to look.
That is not good.
I mean, he looked 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. He looked over to the sidelines. Is there anybody I can throw it to over there? Not seeing anybody. He took it and went.
I haven't been looking. Are we not stunting? Are we not getting – obviously we're not getting a lot of pressure in there. I mean, we do have the invited, defensive end that's coming in, that's chasing him, and that kind of stuff. But there's nothing else coming. There's no stunts from the opposite side.
Well, I think because it was 3rd and 35, you're going to look for your intermediate route, linebacker, hook, curl, zone area, and then everybody else. Stevens is going to carry the ball. Stevens is going to go down to about the 2-yard line, I think.
Look like Lenardowitz on the stop.
Jeffrey, the Mike linebacker, on the tackle, the senior.
9:03 left in the second quarter. Pretty soon we'll have the Troy Wasserman of Core Realty's trivia question coming up.
That one goes nowhere. And now, I'll tell you what. As money downs go, there is no bigger money down than this right here.
3rd and 3. So basically 3rd and goal.
Yeah, they're going to go for whatever.
Oh, gosh,
They're going for the touchdown.
I mean, our points were super
important.
What
we haven't seen, guys.
They were able to get that extra point. This is nothing different than that.
We haven't seen any fullback, any dives, any off-tackle stuff. It's either jet or Stevens carrying or passing.
I think that's what you're probably going to continue to see. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, here he goes. Again. Stevens going to carry the ball. He's going to cut inside, and he is going to be in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the fullback's really done. The fullback hasn't been a threat at all to carry the ball. It's either the slots, pass, or Stevens. Wow. Union scoring on a nice long drive and having to come back from a couple penalties, fellas. 30-35.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
God, you had a third of the field to get a first down practically. PAT attempt. Snap, slow snap. The kick is up. It is good. So with 8:01 remaining here until halftime, the Red Hawks proven to be very worthy adversaries to the state-ranked defending two-time champion Sailors, up 14-7. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to give you one, but hurry back.
Trophy House is your #1 source for fan gear, corporate and team sales, trophies, awards, and more. Visit them in their new showroom, right next door from their old showroom on Henry Street. If it can be logoed, they're your resource. Your brand is their business.
The sun is setting off to the western skies. It's OK Green Conference action, and we've got a barn burner. The Red Hawks of Grand Rapids Union are up with 8:01 remaining, 14-7. Steve, we got a stat that is, it's not a good one right now, but it's good if you're a Red Hawk.
202.
202, brother.
Yards of total offense for Grand Rapids Union so far.
And I bet you that you take.
He's got some room.
Oh, he's got some real estate. 40, Biddy, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Darius Roberson.
Dimitri
Roberson. Forgive me, Darius. His brother's Darius who played for us. Dimitri Roberson, and there's a flag on the field.
Great return. Great answer.
So it might be on Fellows, this flag, because he was giving the official an earful, and the flag fell at about the 17-yard line where Don was.
We got a hat off as well. Yeah, it's a
sideline warning.
Dimitri Biddy Roberson taking it to the house. Boy, if that doesn't give the team a little spark, I don't know what will right now.
Well, I tell you what, though. I mean, Union's chewing clock. Yeah, we get a score back, but all it's going to take is one little fumble or something like that, and now you're going up a score and you're playing from behind.
We're going to have to make some plays on defense. There's no doubt about
PAT swinging gate from left and right. Steve, who's our kicker? We didn't know.
Caden Pulowski.
Okay, the soccer young man. Yep, kicker's up. It is good. So with 7:48 remaining here until halftime, the Sailors have tied it up 14-14. Hey, Steve, we got a trivia question that we didn't get to last week.
Yeah, so we started something new this year. So we have a sponsor for it. It's the Troy Wasserman of Core Realty Partners trivia question for all of your commercial realty needs. So a little background. So Mona Shores, I think, in their history since 1962 has played like 60 teams. But they've played 13 teams at least 17 times. So here's the question. Mona Shores has played 13 teams at least 17 times or more in its history. Which team does Mona Shores have the best win percentage against those 13 teams? And which team does Mona Shores have the worst win percentage against of those 13 teams? So they've played 13 teams at least 17 times. Which teams do they have the best winning percentage against? And which team do they have the worst winning percentage against?
Dr. Davros is writing that down back here. He's going to be on that one. Wow, you want to know how to get him to be quiet? Ask him a trivia question.
Pulowski about to set the kickoff for the Sailors.
Did his mic go dead?
It may have. Union on the return. They have some room. Pulowski's the last man.
Oh, and he runs out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. All right, I wrote down my answers. Not sure if I'm right, but we'll see. Good question.
Stevie, you're coming up with some good ones. I like these. I absolutely like these. Just a little throw out here on in the halftime halftime show, we're going to be showing a little bit of the interview that Steve was able to do with the boys soccer. Boys soccer 2-2-1, I believe, is that?
After last night, they are 3-2-2.
3-2-2. Okay, so 3-2-2 right now. He had a chance to sit down with a couple of the players, coach, and we're going to show that interview that he was able to pull together at halftime.
7:41, 14-14. First and 10 Redhawk ball is going to be marked at about the 43. Fullback's going to carry the ball for the first time, and he's going to go nowhere.
They may never give it to him again.
They may never give it to him. He didn't look like he wouldn't want to carry that ball at all.
You know, so they've been successful passing the ball. They've been successful with Stevens runs the ball. But when they hand the ball off, we've done a good job of stopping it. Now we have to fix the other two facets of it.
Trips to the left, tight end to the left as well. Makes him dead. Stevens going to carry the ball. They got him corralled that time. Lenardowitz, Millis, Thalman, pick somebody. But those are the big three in on the tackle, 6:59, counting down to halftime.
We currently have 352 viewers, and we have several that are putting guesses in on the board.
This is good. This is good. How do you find these stats? God, you're just
he's the wonder
the wonder that he is. Yep, that's exactly.
I teach, and then I come home and do Sailor Nation.
Yes, you do, Steve. The eighth wonder of the world, the wonder that he is, Stevie.
Cohen, how you doing over there? What do you think of the running the technical side of this? Do we just kind of threw you into this, hopefully you know how to use a computer and maybe a couple of keys and a mouse? Everything going good over there?
Yeah, it's going pretty
I haven't heard any.
Good. Love to have you, buddy. Glad that you're part of the family.
Doing good.
Yes.
Doing real good.
Cohen's got that $1 million smile. He's got the little brace thing.
Literally, $1 million smile.
Yeah, literally
all of us parents know
$1 million
$1 million
smile with the braces, everything. So we got a timeout on the field with 6:07 remaining, and we're going to take everybody. But Steve, let's go over that trivia question one more time so people got a little time to think about it here.
All right, it's the Troy Wasserman of Core Realty Partners trivia question for all of your commercial realty needs. Mona Shores has played 13 teams at least 17 times or more in its history. Which team does Mona Shores have the best win percentage against of those 13 teams? And which team does Mona Shores have the worst win percentage against of those 13 teams? And I love the guesses coming in. It's fun to see the interaction, and we're up to 363 viewers, and hopefully you're enjoying the telecast tonight, and keep on those guesses coming in for the trivia question, and we'll announce that in the third quarter.
No, those are good ones. I like that. That's a great question. But I will tell you, while we've got this break, we're just about done with this timeout. Looking forward to next week. It'll be our first home game. And it will also be Sailor Salute. As much as we love you guys watching us, we hope that you're able to come to the actual stadium and enjoy that. We'll talk about it a little bit more in just a second.
Twins to the right and bottom, a little fake jet. There comes that. It's almost like a little bootleg action there.
He's so good.
God, he's just so elusive. Going to get around that, and finally, tackling Willie. He picks up the lost yardage on the third down play, so it is going to make it. It is going to be, is it the fourth and
down now? It should be.
4th and 10, I think. I think he got the lost yardage back. He did. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 4th and 15, 4th and 10. All right.
Well, when would you have guessed that this would be the first 3 and out, or first 4th down, first punt?
No, and I don't think they're
not going to punt. They're going to go for it.
Unless you're going to do what Shores does with
like
a quick kick
punt,
with Steve, which wouldn't be surprising. The young man does everything.
He's wide open.
Stevens got downfield. He's got a young man wide open. He's going to score a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe that?
I will tell you that Koziak and Czech are not going to be happy with that.
No, because
there's no excuse really for
no, there isn't, because of 4th down number 1. But they saw, and Steve, correct me if I'm wrong though, boy, defensive backs see the quarterback scheming. They forget what's going on, and they're going to come up and try to help a lot of the time.
You know, there's an old rule, deep is the deepest, wide is the widest.
Yep,
they
that's
had
right.
2 receivers behind our defense.
Yep,
2 receivers, not just one.
And it goes back to the elusiveness of Stevens, the quarterback. They were afraid he was going to tuck in and run, and they were going to go help. and they forgot about the coverage that they needed.
No good.
So the PAT is no good, which could be huge in this game. The Red Hawks go up 20-14, 5:44 remaining. Hey, you can take a quick one. You can take a quick one and come on back. Want to welcome everyone back. Houseman Field is electric tonight. It's OK Green Conference action here. The Red Hawks, once again, formidable, more than formidable opponents to the two-time defending state champions, up 20-14, 5:44 remaining. Chris Baker, we're going to try to get some more touchdowns for you. I tell you what, we are long overdue. There's a little pooch kick. It's going to be taken by number 6. He's going to go around that right side. He's got a little bit of real estate. Boy, look at him use his blockers. Look at that's a thing of beauty right there, boy. Number 6 in your program. CJ Ivy. Number 6 in the program, but I tell you what, he's number 1 in his mama's heart, because that was just a picture-perfect run, just dancing in and out and following his blockers. Exactly what you want. Don't outrun those blockers. Let those horses take it to the promised land.
So here we are. We're back to it. We haven't had a lead yet. We've been playing from behind the whole game, and we're sitting at 20-14 with 5:35 left. Obviously we haven't stopped them yet, so we need to keep scoring points ourselves.
Twins to the left, fullback, going to carry the ball.
Mark
Konechny carrying it. Konechny having a banner night running the ball. He's going to pick up 9, maybe 10 yards on the carry. You know, Chris Baker was asking for some more Bent Baker touchdown. I'll tell you what, his son last night was a workhorse for my JV team. He had one heck, and I bet you that my boy was tired last night. Chris and your wife, you should be proud of your son. Great kid. Enjoy coaching him this year. 4-2-5 base defense for the Red Hawks. Twins to the top, tight end is offset to your left. We got motions from right to left, and there's going to be a flag. We're talking delay game here already? They're going to wave it off? Might wave it off right here. We're going to see they are...
False start against Mona Shores.
False start against the Sailors. So Sailors are going to move it back 5 yards, brings up a second down and 6 yards. 2nd and 6. Joe, we got a new boy running the board here tonight, huh?
We got a new board running the board and a new
we got a new boy running the board and a new board running the board. Cohen, want to welcome him to the family. Fullback going to go off that side. He's going to get some real estate.
Samir Farnham.
Farnham carrying the ball around that left side. 25, cuts back to the 20. Cuts back to the 10. He's going to be down to the 5, inside the 4, maybe 3. But the wonder that is Stevie Wonder spotted the flag at the 36-yard line. Blocking the back. What do you think, bud?
Yeah. Well,
holding offense.
So we're coming back, and that was a nice run. It was another one of those settling in behind blockers and everything else.
Yeah,
but
right. So it is a spot foul. It's going to move back 10 yards from the point of infraction. It's going to go back to about the 45 where the penalty was at the 35. Officials marking it off, and it's right there at the 45-yard line. It's going to be on the far hash over here on the Union sideline, and I tell you what, Sailor Nation Sports, this is a game that I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect.
This is going to be
just kudos.
I expected a much improved Union team.
Oh, I did too. Oh, absolutely, without a question.
Well, yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, and we got TJ next to us here, so we can't say anything too bad.
385
Hey, fellas, guess what those guys are
listen, TJ is refraining from saying anything too bad about us.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, there's a fumble. Gosh. Who's going to get it? The Red Hawks are going to get it. The Red Hawks have one timeout left in this half. So the turnover goes, the first turnover of the game with 4:21 and one timeout. It's an eternity, fellas.
We talked about this back and forth and trading these scores, whether we get them back or not. Quickly is irrelevant if there's one small miscue like a turnover like that, and it could be.
And Steve has got the notes. Go ahead, big boy.
I'm going to go back to my keys to the
yes,
game
you are.
For Union. Create turnovers, check. Nothing to lose, so take a few chances offensively, check. Be multiple formations, running and passing, check. They have done all three so far.
Yeah, 3 for 3.
Now and ours were to contain Tommy Stevens. We haven't done that quite. Establish a running game. We've done okay. Get off to a fast start. We didn't.
Twins to the top, twins to the bottom. Fullback offset to the right. Stevens, the trigger man for the Red Hawks. Little Jets going to go around that left side.
That's
going to pick up about 5 yards. There's going to be a late flag. Is that Lenardowitz on the late hit? Or is it number 6, Steve? I couldn't
tell if it was number 5. Yep, number 5.
Number 5? Okay, it was
Landon Thelman.
Number 2?
Jeffrey Lenardowitz. I couldn't tell.
No, number 5. So that'd be Thelman then. Landon, that is going to it'll be a dead ball. They'll tack on 15 more.
You know, if this is the kind of stuff that happens when Kimmin doesn't come to these games, he's not allowed to go anywhere.
No, that's right.
That's for sure.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball's going to be marked at the 24-yard line, gentlemen. Twins to the top. Twins to the bottom.
Shores needs to stop, to state the obvious.
Little counter. Stevens going to carry the ball. He's going to duck his head, and he's going to pick up about 1-2 yards on a carry. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8, boys.
That would have hurt. That was a shot he took.
We've got
just under 4 minutes.
3:55 counting down. The Red Hawks have 1 timeout. Sailors have 3 timeouts. Ball's marked at the 22-yard line.
You know how they do score updates from other conference games. You know that this one's going to be some gas.
Trips to the left, split to the right. Now we're in base trip. Stevens going to carry the ball, the option. Oh, well defended. Breaks some tackles, though. He's down to the 20-yard line.
You're right, Joe. This would be the one that gets the oohs and the ahs.
Oh, yeah.
It sure is.
It's third, hang on a minute, Steve. 3rd and about 6, it looks like, looking at the officials. Go ahead, buddy.
Quick score update. Muskegon 6, Zeeland West 6. Montague 21-0 over Hart. Whitehall 14-0 over Ravenna. Zeeland East 28, Holland 20. Forest Hill Central 21-0.
How about a Puffer score, buddy?
Puffer is up 14-0 over Wyoming. Good. And then one more score, 13-6, Jenison over Grand Haven.
Okay, we got twins to the top, twins to the bottom, fullback offset to the left. Stevens with the ball. Stevens going to go down, pass wide open. They keep him in bounds, but the clock is going to stop because he did get the first down. So they're going to have to reset the chains, or are they not giving him the first down?
Doesn't look like they gave him the first down.
They did not give him the first down, so it's going to be 4th and 1. We're 2:45. There's still plenty of time. The Red Hawks with 1 timeout left.
My gut tells me he'll let this run down and call the timeout and get the play that he wants called. But I could be wrong.
See, I would save the timeout and get the first down and give it to Stevens, but it looks like they're going to do what you said. No, it looks like they're just going to wait, Steve.
I think this is, the way that they're playing offensively and we haven't been able to slow them down, this is critical. You get up and you go up by 2 scores.
It's huge.
So I think you want to call the right play, get everyone in the right formation. I think I like what Don's doing.
No, yeah. In hindsight, I agree with you. Now the question, they scored. Do you go for the 2 to make up for the 1 miss that you had, or do you go for the kick? And we can talk about that in a bit. We'll see if they score. But another tease out there for everybody. What would you do, Sailor Nation? You're the Red Hawks.
Let's take a moment to run our trivia question.
Oh, yeah, let's run the trivia question. I'm not sure if anybody's won yet. I haven't heard anything, but let's throw it out there again, see if we get a winner.
So the Troy Wasserman Core Realty Partners trivia question. Mona Shores has played 13 teams at least 17 times or more in its history. Which team does Mona Shores have the best win percentage against of those 13 teams? And which team does Mona Shores have the worst win percentage against of those 13 teams? It took my son, Owen, 3 guesses to get this. I was actually kind of impressed by his work, and he didn't Google, he didn't do anything. He talked it through, and so I know you can get the question, so keep the guesses rolling in.
And again, we want to thank Core Realty for sponsoring those questions of the game.
All right, we're coming back. It is 4th and 1, 1:51 remaining. You know you're going to see Stevens carry the ball. It's going to be a fake, and he's going to carry the ball, and he's going to get the first down. I mean, oh, yeah, he got it by
he got it.
Just a yard, though. So, a quick recap. No timeouts for the Red Hawks, 3 for the Sailors, 1:47 remaining. Ball's at the 14-yard line. Red Hawks can still get a first down, getting down to the 4. But, Steve, you got to believe they're going to use the sideline now then a little bit, maybe to save some time.
Yeah, I mean, but they are no huddle, so they have the potential to go. I think you just run your best plays right now.
Well, your best play is Stevens.
Well, the best play, and throwing the ball.
Yeah, trips left, split right, Stevens. Going to go back, Stevens all day. He's got a receiver open. Oh, just off the outstretched arms of that receiver. And he was open, Steve.
He did, and Tommy Stevens took a shot from Demir Farnham when he released the ball, too. Just overthrown, just enough pressure to affect that throw.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Ball's marked at the 14, still 1:30 counting down here.
Those of you watching the Lake Michigan Insurance Instant Replay, another thing that Cohen has picked up for the evening, doing a fantastic job with, is picking those instant replays out.
Trips, option.
Keep them there.
Going to keep him in bounds. He's going to pick up about a half. He's going to pick up 1. 3rd down and 9. They have to get down to the 4-yard line to get another fresh set of downs. So this is going to be huge. This is a huge down right now.
Thanks to the 422 viewers that we have right now.
Thanks to Steve for keeping an eye on
You're
that.
Welcome, Joe.
Like that chat. Do you know extra work that you're doing and everything? I appreciate that. Cohen picking up the slack on the computer stuff.
Yeah, we got a new boy there. We got Steve doing work 3-4 times above his pay grade.
50 seconds left.
Here talking. Trips left, spread right. Stevens back to pass. Stevens is going to keep the ball. Stevens going to go around that right. Stevens going to be down. Steven is going to get in. And is he in? He's in for the touchdown. Steven stretched out the ball to cross the goal line. And the athleticism, the 3 missed tackles, my friend.
Well, it was strange. They were waiting for him to come to them rather than him attacking.
Yeah, right.
And so he made a cut, and they were on their heels, and they weren't ready to adjust.
Yep.
I mean, Stevens is putting on a show tonight, boy.
39.6 seconds remain. The Redhawks up by 12 now. Do you go for the 2? If I have Stevens, absolutely I'm going for the 2.
They're going for 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you at all at this point.
Oh, no, exactly. It's not at all.
Stevens with the carrier throw, I'll guarantee you that.
They're going to trade over. The tight end is not going to go to like a double H-back. Stevens is going to carry the ball. Stevens is going to be short. All right, so the 2-point conversion comes up with nothing. With 39.6 seconds remaining here until halftime, the Redhawks are giving the Sailors, the 2-time defending state champions, everything and more than they can handle, up by 12, 26-14. We're going to take a quick break. Hey, you better keep thinking about that trivia question, because right now, Steve, I haven't seen anybody with the correct answer. So we'll get back to that in 1 minute.
This is our house. We can find your house.
Want to welcome everyone back. I've given TJ a little flack right here. I asked my daughter Angelina to give us a little bit of food. I look at TJ. It's not happening. I go, what do you mean it's not happening? You're Grand Rapids Union. It's not happening, Coach. Okay, so we don't get food. So if anybody wants to send us some food here, we're at Houseman Field in Grand Rapids. Picked up here at the 20, 25, 30, Kewan 35, 40, 45, down to about the 45-yard line in Red Hat territory. Okay, Sailors now, a little stat update here. 3 timeouts, 30.7 seconds left. So a lot of time, Steve. Enough time to get a score.
Enough time to get a score. You're going to have to, and with 3 timeouts, you have your playbook too. I don't think you got your 3 minutes. I don't think you have to work your
30.7.
You get a first down. The clock stops. You have a chance here. Demir.
Farnham's going to get looks like he's going to get the first down, so the clock will stop. Matt Koziak's going to burn his first timeout here of the first half with 20 seconds remaining. He did because he ran over to the official. I saw him run up to the official and call the timeout right away. So 17.8 seconds remaining. Joe's giving me the signal here, the Godfather. Let's keep talking. All right, so Steve, what do? We've got 2 timeouts remaining, 17.8 seconds. Konechny's been a big key with the quarterback draw.
He has, but with 17 seconds left, I would expect Mona Shores to throw the ball. You might even see a deep fade or a post. Obviously, Union's going to be prepared for that, but I think you're going to see their best passing play right now, or what he thinks is going to be the most successful. I think 17 seconds. If you run the ball, you're just risking the time going, and you have 2 timeouts.
No, exactly. No, I agree with you.
It's a gamble.
On that.
Could you run the ball? You could. You have 2 timeouts, but
I think you've got one more run and then another timeout. That's going to leave you about. 9 seconds?
You
maybe?
do.
10, depending on what does he want, the touchdown or does he want the field goal? And with so far, although Caden Pulowski's kicked very well, he still, I don't think he has had a field goal.
Well, we haven't even attempted. Right, exactly. And let's look at it. You got a true thrower in Mark Konechny. Mark throws a great ball. So, you're not asking somebody who doesn't know how to throw the ball to do it. Mark's not a pure runner. He's a pure passer. Yeah. And let's utilize the talents that Mark has. So we're going to see twins to the top, twins to the bottom. Farnham, the fullback, right now he's offset to the left, 17.8 seconds remaining.
I think that Shores is going to take another timeout.
Oh, why?
I don't know, or they're trying to fix the clock. I think some time off the clock.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm looking down here. They are.
It's supposed to be 20 seconds, and he knocked it down.
30 seconds.
30?
I don't know.
No, I think it was 20.
No, it's 20 seconds. Yeah. It should be 20 seconds when the play was called then, and he called a timeout, and then we lost 2.2 seconds on that. Yeah. I believe it was supposed to be 20.
Right before the play, right before the timeout, it looks like number 9
how much?
Union
30
took an injury for his left ankle.
All right, thanks, Cohen. So 30 seconds now?
That changes everything.
Wow, that changes everything right now. Okay, so that adds an extra 12.8 seconds.
I thought that was a lot of time to run off the clock there.
Okay, little counter coming back here. We've got some real estate right here.
Get out of bounds.
He's going to get out of bounds. Uses up about 6.3 seconds on that play on the little counter around.
Good play call.
Oh, yeah.
It would be nice if we could get in here for a score and then we receive the second half kickoff. So,
which could be the equalizer that we need.
Oh, exactly, Joe. Come out and then fresh start. 5 or 6 minutes into the third quarter. Twins to the top and bottom. Farnham offset to the left.
Looks like man coverage.
H-back in motion to left. Konechny rolling out to his left. Got a man open. He's going to cut. No, he's going to be kept in bounds. Who is it? Is that Roberson? No.
21.
Kewan Farnham.
Farnham with the reception down to 14.9 seconds. Sailors down by 12. Coach Koziak calling his second timeout here in the half. It's going to leave the Sailors with 1. 14.9 seconds. The Godfather telling us to keep here, which we have no problem doing. Okay, Steve, so the ball's marked at the 15. It's 2nd down and 3. The first down stops the clock to reset the chains. So you could call maybe 2 plays without having to burn your last timeout if you wanted.
If I'm Matt, even with a timeout left, I'm thinking I have 2 plays. If we get a bonus play in there somewhere, okay. But I'm game planning for 2 offensive plays, and if we end up with a bonus play, great. But
yeah, right.
That's how I'm thinking.
So are you burning a timeout if he doesn't get? Well, obviously you're going to have to burn the timeout.
Absolutely.
Right. Yep, I agree with you there. All right, 2nd down and 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if they ran the ball, but I also wouldn't see their in man coverage. I wouldn't be surprised if they ran some type of combination route up top.
Trips to the right.
Looks like maybe they're in zone now.
Tight end to the right. Fullback offset. Fullback staying back.
Got to make a move. It's a great tackle.
Great tackle. Did he get enough for the first down? Yep, they got the first down. Clock is running. Clock is running. We lost about
5-6 seconds.
Yeah, I would say 5-6 seconds.
Wowzers. That was a lot of time that came off the clock.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to Bob Farr over there, my boy here. Bob Farr, longtime coach at Ottawa Hills. He and I had a lot of battles together when I was back at Muskegon. Great guy. No, they're not changing the clock at all.
There's a ton of time that came off of that clock.
I think they're going to fix that.
There's a whistle right now.
So they're going to fix it and see what happens. So here's what happened. So they got the first down, it looks like, so Matt doesn't have to burn the timeout.
Right.
So he was waiting for the time to get back on so they can hit. So he's going to keep the timeout. So that's huge. That's huge.
Okay, so now it's 11 seconds with the correction. 2nd down, 1st and 10, balls marked at the 12-yard line. So he spiked the ball to gain some time.
Do you really need to spike the ball on that one?
Well, he's out of timeouts.
Yeah, but you're already at a stop clock.
Maybe he wasn't happy with the play that he called with the defense that was lined up. Twins to the top, twins to the bottom. Connecting with a quick slant. It's going to go incomplete. So he still has time with 0.5 of a second left. Well, with 5 seconds left.
And honestly, to Matt's defense there, if the clock keeps on messing up, you're worried about the clock. You got to call the play. I mean, that does throw off the rear.
It throws off everybody, Steve. That's a great point.
I mean, that's 3 or 4 times.
That's a very good point. I never even considered it from that. I mean, you think about clock management. It was already stopped. You had a couple seconds.
But that's why Steve was an all-state quarterback.
That's true.
Yeah, Steve was an all-state quarterback, remember. Stuff that went through.
5 seconds left.
Twins to the top. Connecting. He's going to go back. He's going to have to go in the end zone.
He's got it.
Touchdown, boy.
See that far.
Great ball, great catch.
As soon as we get him clear here, it looks like number 11.
Ryan McNiff.
Ryan McNiff, the senior.
That was a great route. That was huge. And no time left on the clock, so we don't have to worry about a kickoff return.
Right.
We get the ball.
And what you brought up, Sailors get the ball to start the third quarter.
Absolutely.
Swinging gate from left to right. 26-20. Snap. The kick is up. It is good. We are at half. A half that none of us really expected unless you're a Red Hawk fan. Your score at the end of 2. We are in the second largest city in the state of Michigan. We are in Grand Rapids.
Coach Apostle of the Mona Shores Varsity soccer team. Coach, you're off to a 2-1 start. What are some of the positives you've seen so far, and maybe what are some areas you need to work on?
Even though we're senior heavy, we're pretty young. So we lost 7 starters from last year. So, it's good to see the guys from last year stepping up now. It's time for them to fill that role. Yep. They saw it all last year, so it's good. We got some injuries going too. Gotcha. So, a lot of opportunities for a lot of players right now.
Gotcha. So, when you look at the conference schedule, what are some of the tough teams? What are some of the challenges you foresee?
Holland always, they were very, very good last year, and I think they were 3 or 4 seniors. Yep. So they're going to be very good. Union's always going to be good. Zealands are competitive. We got them this week. So, pretty much top to bottom, it's a pretty solid conference.
Good. So you spent a few days up north with the team. Yeah. I'll call it preseason camp. Yeah. I don't know. You can tell us a little bit more about where you went, what you did, why you do it.
So it's in Glen Arbor, so you can't beat that place.
Nope.
So, beautiful, but we're in cabins, so it's team bonding. We got Lake Michigan right there. Really, there's nowhere other than a soccer field, tennis courts, a basketball court in Lake Michigan. So for high school, and even for me, it's a great vacation spot.
Was it just the varsity team? Was it the JV?
Just varsity. Kind of wish we could bring both teams, but a lot of volunteers needed.
Sure, absolutely.
But we keep it minimal. Keep it to the coaching staff. So we definitely work. I think we did 3-a-days.
Awesome.
So yeah, we work very hard.
So obviously 5 games in. Tonight will be the 6th game. Team goals, do you set team goals, or do you just do you talk about it? How do you go about coaches do different things?
Kind of talk a little bit. We used to set them, but now it's just really, play our best soccer in October. I think that's kind of the biggest goal right now. Obviously we want to win conference, but the goal is districts and regionals, so that's kind of the biggest thing right now.
Sure. So did I see your purple game is next week against Reese Puffer? Yep. So maybe talk a little bit about that game. I think that's next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday the 14th,
yep,
I believe.
Tuesday. And so just tell us a little bit about it, what it means to you and the program.
It's a cancer game, so it's going to be awesome. We're looking for a big crowd, obviously playing Reese Puffer. Van Andel Institute's going to, I believe, sponsor is how it works. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have different color shirts and sell them and all that. So, obviously everybody's been touched by cancer somehow, in some way. So, I think this is going to, hit the community pretty positively.
Awesome. Coach, thanks a lot.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'm with Gavin Cheatham of the soccer team. Thanks for joining me, Gavin. Yep. Tell me what position you play and kind of explain it a little bit to people at home that maybe don't know too much about soccer.
I play a winger, which is you can call it the 7 or the 11, and their position is mostly for bringing in the ball up the field, creating goal opportunities, and obviously scoring those goals.
So there's some speed involved in that, so we would probably say you're pretty fast on the field?
Pretty fast.
All right, down with that. What do you think are some keys to winning the conference championship and then making a run in districts? I just talked to Coach about team goals, and he said, we talk about team goals, but really it's just being good in October. So what do you have to do to accomplish that?
Obviously we got to take our L's and lose games to win games in the future. So I think us losing to Union was a very good early game to lose so that we bounce back for the season forward.
In terms of soccer, who have been some of your big influences?
I'd say one of my influences is Hayden Yarrow. Was on the team last year. He really stepped up and took that captain role as a captain should, and led the team to a district.
Awesome. Name a player on the team that's an integral part of the team, but maybe just won't get as much recognition as some others, but who would that player be?
I would say that player would be Tommy. He's a right back. He's very young.
Tommy
Hillen.
Yep.
And he's a right back. He's very young, but he really steps up to the plate when he needs to. And he's very quiet, but he's loud at some times, which is always nice to have on the team.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Gavin.
Yep.
I'm here with Alex Eckerman. I just spoke with Gavin Cheatham, who's also a captain of the soccer team. Alex is as well. Alex, kind of explain the position you play on the soccer field and what that role entails.
Yeah, sure. So I play in the midfield, which is like the 6 or the 8, like defensive or holding mid. That position kind of is a transition period of the field from the offense to defense. So it's our goal to hit the ball from the defense, move it up the field to the offense, and all goal scoring opportunities, and get back on defense and still defend while trying to attack.
Great, awesome. And Ethan Brown and you kind of went back and forth last year with that?
Last year, go through that first year of varsity where he kind of held me under his wing and kind of brought me to varsity and helped me out a lot.
So I asked Gavin a similar question, but in terms of, obviously you want to win the conference championship, you want to move on to districts, but, what do you have to do as a team in order to make that happen going forward?
I would say, as a team, if you want to be successful late in the season, you have to just, learn from your losses in the beginning of the season. Like, when you lose, you don't want to, but sometimes losing is better earlier than later, because if you lose late in the season, first loss, you're done. Or if you lose first, you can get over that loss, learn from your mistakes, succeed later, and go farther.
Great. Who's some of your big influences in soccer, or do you have an influence in soccer?
I do. I watch a lot of soccer, kind of, but my biggest influence definitely are Coach Apostle. He's coached me the last 3 years, and he's kind of grown me as a player a lot, as well as players last year, especially Ethan Brown and Keegan DeKuyper. Both of them last year were huge players in their team, goalkeeper, midfielder, and Ethan especially helped me a lot last year grow to my position, and then helped me this year lead the team to where I can be kind of his role model, role model last year that he was for us.
Gotcha. So some athletes have superstitions. Maybe they eat the same thing before a game. Maybe they wear a certain shirt underneath. Like football players sometimes wear a certain shirt underneath their pads. Do you have any superstitions when it comes to soccer?
I would say not really superstitions. I just kind of always make sure before the game I'm ready. I have my water. I always put my water in the same spot always. So I know where it is right in the halftime is. I go right there, grab my water, get a drink, and I kind of put it back in the same spot area by the corner and just kind of keep it there for myself.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot, Alex.
This is our house. We can find your house.
Blended Furniture Market thanks you, Mona Shore Sailors, for your support. Have a fantastic game. Try your best and make a difference. Come shop with us down the road at Blended Furniture Market. Visit us on Facebook and Instagram. Go Sailors!
From truck beds to bed beds, we've got your home and auto covered. Combine your home and auto with Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, and you could save $650. That's like 325 gallons of gas, or 21 sets of comfy sheets. So, trust our experts to find the perfect amount of coverage for you, making sure you're covered when you need it and how you need it. We shop a variety of insurance providers, industry leaders like Citizens and Frankenmuth Insurance, to make sure you get the highest quality coverage at the lowest possible rate. In Muskegon County, trust Ryan Rozicki to start a quote for you today. Visit Ryan at our Norton Avenue office in the Park Place Shopping Center near Goodwill and Pites and Courts Restaurant, or visit lmcu.org/insurance to get started.
Looking to buy or sell? Look no further than our broadcast booth sponsor, John Vandervelde at Nexus Realty. Give him a call at 231-759-3634 or go see him at 880 West Broadway Avenue in Muskegon. Nexus Realty, team-based real estate professionals. Trophy House is your #1 source for fan gear, corporate and team sales, trophies, awards, and more. Visit them in their new showroom, right next door from their old showroom on Henry Street. If it can be logoed, they're your resource. Your brand is their business.
And we are back. Hope you had a great halftime. Boy, has the chatter been light and lively around here, boys and girls. Want to welcome all of you back from Sailor Nation Sports. Hope you had a good one. I tell you what, we got a barn burner here. Sailors are down by 5 in a OK Green conference opener. And Stevie, you got some stats for me, buddy?
I do have some stats. I have some surprising stats. Not after surprising if it was before the game, but now that we've watched the game. So total offense, Union has 274 yards of total offense to Mona Shore's 107. Now, as I pointed out to TJ, Union's awesome statistician, we'd had a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, so that takes away from the yards, but still 274 to 107. Tommy Stevens, electric, game-changing quarterback.
Electric Tommy Stevens?
He was 7 of 9 for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns and had 16 rushes for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's accounted for the 4 touchdowns. And Union ran 35 plays to Mona Shore's 13.
Wow.
Almost 3 times as many.
These stats coming into this game, obviously most people would have expected those stats to be listed for the Mona Shore Sailors.
Probably what it was last year when we played them.
And I tell you, I go back to the updates that they're going to be doing at the other games, especially within our conference, and they read these stats and scores. If they get them, they come across them within some of the feeds, and they're going to gasp. They are actually going to gasp, and they're going to follow every update that they see from here on out in the second half.
Hey, Stevie, we got any halftime scores here? I'm interested regarding the, when you get to them, the Zeeland West Muskegon score would be a big one.
So here's what we have. So I have Montague 21-0 over Hart, Whitehall 28-0 over Ravenna, Zeeland East 35-32 over Holland at halftime.
35-32?
Yes.
Wow.
Jenison 20-14 over Grand Haven at halftime. Puffer 26, Wyoming 6. Detroit Cass Tech 19, Martin Luther King 14.
Wow.
And what was the other score you wanted?
The Muskegon West one.
I have the last reported score is 6-6 in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be, and that's down in Zeeland, and wow, there was one non-conference game that you said. I thought everybody in the black was.
No, I think they were.
I think there was one that's
Zeeland West Muskegon
East.
Zeeland East was playing Holland, so that was.
So everybody in the conferences, conference action has started. And I'll tell you what, conference action has started here at historic Houseman Field. And I'll tell you what, Steve, this is going to turn out to be a great game. This is going to be a huge possession right now for the Saints because the Redhawks are going to be kicking off. I would bet on my daughter's life, Angelina. She's not here. That's why I'm betting on it right now.
Jeez.
No. Okay. Oh, here she comes right now. Angelina, I'm betting on your life right now, okay, that Union does not kick it deep at all to Dimitri Roberson. I bet you they'll squib kick it some. Yeah. So if they kick it deep, adios. Okay, I love you, honey. Okay, I do love you. Just remember it. What's your favorite flower? What color did you want? Hi, Tick. How you doing, sweetheart? Just talked to my other daughter there, little Ticky Rooney. She's out in Utah. That's one of Angelina's best friends. All right. So the Red Hawks are out. We're getting ready to back. Joe, what do you think we're going to see here, my friend? The eye in the sky?
I think that there was probably some attempted probable motivation in the Mona Shore's locker room at halftime. I think that you're going to see a much more aggressive Mona Shore's defense, if possible. I think you're probably going to see them get to the outside to try to contain, which has been our biggest weakness over the course of the first half.
Better tackling.
Tackling is a huge factor in this. Getting that first contact loss for yardage, which we could have had in a couple of those instances that ended up in drives that went down and scored touchdowns. So, in mistakes, we've got to contain any type of mistake because this Union Red Hawk team is going to take advantage of it. They are here and they are bloodthirsty tonight.
Oh, Joe, they're like sharks in the water, baby.
They are.
All right, so the Red Hawks getting ready to tee it up and kick it off here.
And Don just instructed him who to kick it to. He held up his fingers and told them the number, so I'm guessing her life is safe.
All right, Angelina, right here. This is your life right here. You better watch where the ball goes, sweetheart. It goes back down to Biddy. You're in trouble. Oh, you're lucky. He doesn't go to Biddy. It's a little pooch kick. It's going to lay down. It's going to lay down. Oh, he's going to break one tackle. He's going to go down to about the 35-yard line. It's a good, safe kick.
Ryan McNiff.
Ryan, there's a late flag right there. Now, is it going to be on the Sailor? Now, on a late hit? Or is it going to be on the Red Hawk that was pulling up the other Red Hawk? Personal foul. Shores. Yep. Saw it down over here. The late hit on the Sailors. So that's going to move the ball back 15 yards. So the kick is a high pooch kick, but add the 15 yards back. It's going to take it down to, what, the 20-yard line. Wow. Red Hawks got lucky there, Steve.
I'll tell you, that's another example of a miscue that could change the tone of the game.
Well, you just lost 15 yards. That's a great point.
Start.
Twins to the top, twins to the bottom. Twins to the top, tight end to the twin side over there on the top. Fullback offset to the right. Fullback going to carry ball around that left side.
Good cut by Demir.
Demir's going to go around the outside, and he's going to get the first down.
So a little bit of a new look for Shores there. Yeah. Brought in the tight ends. And, you know, a little change-up.
Well, it gets that extra blocker over on that side where you're going to carry, and the athleticism on the Red Hawks. I'll tell you what, these guys are flying around. But Sailor's going down now here as we begin this second play. We've been behind the whole game.
The whole game.
Twins to the top, tight end to the right. Demir carrying the ball, 50. 40,
he breaks his
30. No, he just tripped up at the 30-yard line on the fullback trap.
Great blocking.
Great blocking up front. Sailors going up in hurry-up mode here a little bit.
Got to thank everybody for joining us here at the John Vandervelde and Nexus Realty broadcast booth, high above Houseman Field in the press box.
We're talking about the eye in the sky, Joe. You're it, brother. The Godfather.
No Kimmin Kotis tonight. I have to run the cameras. Fortunately, we got Cohen Holman for his first game of the season. We'll be seeing him all year long, and hopefully for the next
draw.
Konechny with the draw. Breaks one tackle. Konechny's going to pick up. He's going to pick up maybe 9 yards on the carry. No, they're going to give him 8. Brings up a second down and 2. So, Steve, let's throw out a little tease. When are we going to have the answer to the trivia question? How much time do you want to give these people?
We'll probably give it about halfway through the third quarter or so.
All right, so you got
about another 4.
We're going to give you about 4 more minutes then, boys and girls.
May have seen a couple correct answers.
Howard Count's going to draw the left defensive end offside. It's going to give the Sailors the automatic first down with that penalty. The encroachment.
You know, and I don't want to speak too soon. I don't think we're going to have trouble scoring points. I think it's going to be on the defensive side of the ball, right? It's going to be are we going to be able to get stops the second half?
Yeah. Or is it going to come down to
unless we turn over the ball. I mean, but we're moving the ball. That hasn't been.
Yeah, at will. Little jet. Konechny's going to carry the ball. Going to pick up about 3. 3, it'll bring up a second down and 7, or it comes down to last team with the ball is going to win.
Yeah, the trading back and forth has not been a very fun thing.
No, not at all, Joe. Great point there. How many people we got listening and watching here in the second half?
Right now, 432.
Wow, that is just great. 9:52 counting down.
There he is, touchdown.
Touchdown, Mona Shores methodically driving it down with the ground and pound. Demir Farnham with the touchdown. Demir going about 18 yards on that carry.
Huge to finally get a lead. Huge that we scored the touchdown at the end of the half and then come right back and score on the opening kickoff. A little momentum now. Once again, here it goes. It's going to be up to the defense here.
And that defense, I'll tell you, this very next possession is really going to be a make or break thing.
Putlowski with the kick, and it's good.
So with 9:48 remaining here in the third quarter, the Sailors march about 80 yards with that penalty to go up 28-26, and the Redhawks ready for the kickoff. Joe, what did you see in that drive?
So I saw, obviously, our offense is ticking very, very well. And we talked about it from the standpoint of the defense needing to come out in this next Redhawk possession and really show something. Steve, can you tell me, did they get a stop at all in the first half? Did the Sailors defense get one single stop? No. Then this is that much more important. They've got to get the first stop of the game in this possession right here if we want to truly change the momentum of this game.
And here's the other thing, too. I mean, we haven't created a turnover, I don't believe. And so,
no, we haven't.
It's those types of things where, we're going to have a break here or there. We're going to have to, get a fourth down stop. We just can't keep trading with them.
No.
What kind of defensive changes do you see? I shared with you something that I might do. What do you see them doing with Coach Shuck?
We talked a little bit about it. I think, honestly, it's just going to come down to fundamentals, like doing your assignment, tackling.
It's going to be
just knowing your assignment. I think we just looked like we didn't have as much energy as we normally do.
Okay,
and so
I
think that probably Coach Koziak at halftime inserted some energy into
You
them.
think so?
I think maybe.
Okay.
Motivated.
Yeah, some motivation. We got Cohen over here on the board taking Joe's job. Joe's doing taking on for Kimmin, who's got a gig. Steve is doing yeoman work. I mean, double
heavy
duty.
lifting tonight, boys.
Heavy, between getting stats and talking.
Trivia
and
question.
Counting
the people on the YouTube.
Welcoming the world.
452 now, yeah.
God, Steve, you may have to take Monday off from work.
This
just
is
to
after a full day of work today. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I know it. Look at that.
Cohen's going to have carpal tunnel from all the typing and stuff
I know
that he's got going on.
I look at Joe, probably going to have a little neck issue tonight.
I do. It's already, if you're sitting behind me there, can you rub this out?
Yeah, let me just rub that spot for you.
Stevens
going to carry the ball. He's going to pick up about 2 yards. Officials generous on the spot of 2 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 8. So waiting for Angelina to bring the food up to us. I think she ordered something, but I hope she brought it here.
So, a good start. First play, short gain, and so hopefully this continues to materialize, and I'll check over the defense and see if I notice anything, or if they're just going to just get back to the fundamentals.
9:07 counted down, 2nd down and 8. Trips to the left. We've got a late substitution, it looks like.
Looks like 12 men on the field.
No, it looks like there's a flag, right. So a penalty to the Redhawks, and it could be...
Looks like 12 men on the field.
Yeah, 12 men, or a little break here for us. Now it's going to bring up a 2nd and 13.
But every time there's been a flag and they've had a long yardage, they have made a play. It's crazy.
No fear on them when that happens.
Stevens to the rescue. Trips left, split to the right. Going to give to the fullback, downfield, wide open. Just over the outstretched arms, and he was open. And that was a well-thrown ball.
That was a great ball.
Yeah, that was a catchable ball
there. And it wasn't horrible coverage either.
Oh, no,
I mean, that was a good offensive play. And
a good defensive play, too.
Going back, Union has to continue to take challenge. Take chances.
Well, they got to take shots downfield a little bit to loosen up that inside. Yep, you're exactly right. Brings up a 3rd and 13, 8:54 to counting down. And Steve, you and Joe, you guys brought up a good point. We haven't seen a punt this game.
No, they have not stopped them on a drive yet.
Well, credit to TJ, actually, on that one.
Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, there's another flag now here in the back, so it's going to be against Union probably. I mean, way back there.
Another legal substitution.
12 guys.
But that oh, man, I'll tell you, if you're Union with the momentum, I mean, the pendulum...
Well, they're shooting themselves in the foot right now.
The pendulum has been on your side of it the entire time.
Brings up 3rd and 18 right now. 10 penalties, 54 yards from TJ. We need to bring TJ all the time with us. Run downfield.
Way over.
Little overthrown.
Just a little overthrown, but he was being rushed. There's a late flag. There's a couple late flags. The Soars players are jumping up and down on that far right side.
I think it was a late hit or unsportsmanlike on the other side. I could be wrong.
Well, it looks like it's going to be against the Red Hawks as Coach Felds is sending in his punt team.
Somebody just said personal foul.
The reaction of the Shores players made it kind of seem like that.
Like a personal foul. All right, so the boys in the striped suits over there are having the big powwow over there at about the 14.5-yard line. Here comes a play. Personal foul, Red Hawks. Personal foul, Sailors.
Offsetting.
So
it'll be fourth down.
It'll be fourth down.
Back where we started.
And the ball is marked at the 12-yard line. We'll make it 11 by the officials. So we're going to see the first part of the ball game, boys and girls.
And again, we talked about that drive being the critical first stop of the game. The Sailors defense has been able to put together.
Gentlemen, this is going to put Sailors in great position. It's a high snap. It's going to be a punt.
It's
a wobbly punt. Going to take a very gentle roll into Sailor territory where it's going to be marked down at about the 47-yard line.
You know, it's just it's interesting to read the body language of the Mona Shores football players right now. You can see the way that they're running on and off the field. You can see the little penalty that, you can definitely tell that there's more energy on the sideline. Now, whether that carries over into this possession or not, I'm guessing it will, but you can tell there's a little more, for lack of a better way to put it, a little more pep in their step. Sound like my dad when I say that.
What, a little pep in the step?
Yeah, or sound like you.
Wow, you're like I'm your dad's age, right? Like I'm your dad's age now, right? Okay. Mr. DeYoung. Mr. DeLong, the son that you raised, the wonder that is Stevie Wonder.
Did we miss a penalty on that? Yeah, we got a penalty.
None of us saw
a penalty. I don't know what it was.
They moved us back another 15 yards.
From Union saw it, so they moved us back 15 yards.
All right, Twins to the top. Tight end to the bottom here. Roberson at that tight end spot right there. Looks like, is that Biddy at tight end right here, the right tight end?
No.
No, it couldn't be.
It's either Steven or Jeffrey Lenardowitz.
Yeah. And we're off to the races down the 50-yard line. It's going to pick up about 5, 10, 15, 20 yards on the scamper. Now we're seeing the Sailors that we thought we might see on offense.
Yep.
Looks like we've got a banged-up Union player.
Wonder how many two-way players the Red Hawks have right now, being their second season under Coach
a few,
Bellows.
I believe.
Yeah, I would think that would be the scenario.
Number 18.
I would bet
first glance, maybe 6 to 7.
6 or 7. Got to believe it's going to start taking some wear and tear out of the young lads. Even though he's got numbers, he's got 38. I counted roughly, 11 which are seniors. It'd be interesting to see how many are starting on defense. We'll ask TJ in a little bit. He'll get us that stat if he wants to get any more love from us, for God's sakes.
My gosh, everything he's given us, he'll have love for the next 8
Yeah,
seasons.
we're always going to mention TJ on every broadcast, brother, let me tell you. 26-28 Sailors up, 8:23 remaining here in the third quarter. 4-2-5 look. It's a 4-3 look now for the Red Hawks. Twins to the top. Tight end to the top. Wing offset to the right. Fullback offset to the left. We got a little motion right there.
Pass. Wheel
route. We're going to go
top.
back. We got an open receiver, and it's just overthrown. No, but well defended by the Red Hawks.
It was great. They ran a wheel route, which means the receivers kind of cross, and literally the inside receiver runs outside.
The outside receiver, yeah. And the inside goes in. The outside goes inside. The inside goes outside.
Yeah. $8:13 left.
What do you think about right around 7 minutes? We hit that.
When we have a little bit of time to go over it for sure.
All right, everybody, get your pen and paper out. If you haven't figured it out, we're going to give you a little bit of time. Konechny going to carry the ball. Konechny around that left side. He's going to pick up about 5,
Puts his shoulder down. Good run by Mark.
Konechny going to be run out of bounds after picking up about 5, 10, 11, maybe 11 yards on the carry. Good enough for the first down for those Sailors.
Looks like they're going to mark him a yard short, so 3rd down and 1.
Yard short, 3rd down and 1 per Cohen. Cohen, you can speak up anytime you want there. You feel you got some information to add, please do.
Konechny up the middle. First down.
Konechny's going to get the first down. Thought he had it on the regular time around. So 1st and 10 for the Sailors, 7:53 counting down, 3rd quarter. Sailors up by 2. Marching down into Red Hawk territory. 4-3 defense being implemented by the Red Hawks. Trips to the right. Tight end to the left. Coach Koziak going with a lot of this tight end look, like you said, Steve.
Yep.
Motion. Oh boy, this is looking too easy on this drive right here. Look at Kemper Millet's going to go downfield. Touchdown, Mona Shores.
I think that was Demir Farnham.
Was that Farnham?
When it's over on that side, it's hard to see, but I'm pretty sure it was Demir Farnham.
So you just outflank him a little bit. You just outflank him. You had the tight end to the left. You brought the number 3 receiver in motion to the left, and you have him outflanked. You have him outflanked to begin.
And you bring the guard around.
Yeah, brings the guard around with them. Well executed driving, certainly much better on offense now in this. And they didn't look bad in the first half. They're just ground and pound, and Konechny is having a banner night running the ball tonight, which looks good.
Caden Pulowski.
Going to be a flag there. The kick is up, and it is good. No flag on that. I thought I saw the Red Hawk going. So with 7:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter, Sailors up by 9, 35-26. Steve, the mic's all yours, my friend.
All right, here's the answer. I did see, I may have missed a couple. But I think I saw 3 or 4 correct answers to the trivia question. So here's the Troy Wasserman Core Realtor Partners trivia question for all of your commercial realty needs. Mona Shores has played 13 teams at least 17 times or more in its history. Which team does Mona Shores have the best win percentage against of those 13 teams? And which team does Mona Shores have the worst win percentage against of those 13 teams? I saw a lot of OK conference guesses in there. The best win percentage is against Muskegon Heights, 12-5 overall with a 70% win percentage. The worst overall percentage is Traverse City.
No, it's not.
Traverse City. They are 2-17 against Traverse City for a 10.5% winning percentage. I think I saw 3 or 4, so I missed some of the names. Maybe Heath Schultz I saw in there.
I got the best right. I thought it would have been MCC or Muskegon.
I saw John Bell in there, but I appreciate everyone guessing. We'll have a new one next week. But
Traverse City?
Traverse City.
No way.
Yeah.
Google's wrong. Okay. No way. Google's wrong. Kickoff across the 20. Down to about the 25-yard. Traverse City.
The worst percentage. Remember, that was when they were rolling, man.
Yeah, when Uli was there and all. Yeah, right. Yeah, Uli had a juggernaut in multiple state championships. Well, that was back in the LMAC days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think when I did the research, there were 60 teams that Mona Shores has played since 1962.
Sure. Yeah.
So obviously they have some records.
Well, I got the Heights one right.
0-1.
I got that one right.
Good job, Nick.
Yeah. Do I get something? Do I get something like a runner-up or something?
Yeah. If you want some more work to do, we got plenty of that.
Yeah. Let me have some of Steve's work
at the deck.
Yeah, lunch at the deck.
How about that?
Yeah.
We'll have to do that again.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you can't wait. It's free to you.
Steve, that hurts me right there. Steve, you have to pay your dues to be on Sailor Nation. We all had to go through this, Joe and I and everything.
Let's
change
the subject and
okay, let's do that.
7:02 left, 3rd quarter. Got a wheel route down here by Union.
No, incomplete. So, Steve, now that you're down, now the table has turned a little bit. You're down by 9. What does Don do a little bit here to change? Because the defense obviously has changed a little bit, and the dynamics have changed a little bit. Do you do what you do?
I don't think he changes anything at all. I like what he's been doing. I mean, he's mixed it up. He's taken chances. I mean, why change what's been working?
You take a few more chances. Again, you have nothing to lose. You mentioned that at the very beginning of the game. But you style it all around Stevens. You style it all around him. And I tell you what, he has a potential to break any one of these free, whether it be a wheel route pass like he just ran right there. If he would have caught that ball, it's possible that could have been a first down.
6:54 counting down here, third quarter. Sailors up now by 9, up by a couple scores here. Slot carrying the ball. And he's gained about 3, maybe 4 at the most. Looks like they're going to give him 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
I'll tell you what, Demir Farnham, not only on the offensive side of the ball, he's having a great game on the defensive side.
And there's a penalty. Very, very late flag thrown. It's looking it's going to be against Mona Shores. Oh, maybe not. I thought they were calling over a Union player, but I saw.
Okay, so there's the flag right there, Joe, at right on the 25-yard line. Yeah,
I saw the Sailors clapping, so this may be against Union. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
At the end of the third quarter, I think we're going to ask TJ for the penalty statistics. Holy moly.
Yeah, Union's racking up some serious ones right here, some serious yardage.
Well, we have 2, though, I think.
Yeah. It's a big one, 15-yarder, too.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
6:31 left in the third quarter.
So it's getting a little chippy out here now. We've had 2 back-to-back unsportsmanlike conducts assessed to the Red Hawks, and that can't make Coach Fellows very happy at all. Because basically what you're doing, you're shooting yourself in the foot. These are drive busters, drive killers, as they say.
Well, and now you're on the flip side of the trading, touchdowns. So that could be a disadvantage, especially when you can't get a drive back together.
And this is going to sound silly, but I think anyone that's coached, this is the evolution of a program, right?
Sure.
You're 2-0 coming in. You're playing a really good first half against Mona Shores. All of a sudden you suffer some adversity in the second half, and the wheels start coming off, and you become frustrated, and this is what happens. And I think Coach Fellows just called a timeout and like, hey, guys, let's get our act together.
Right. Well, not only that, but TJ brought it up as well, too. It's his football IQ. Things are going to happen. We got to settle down, relax, and counter them what's happening, gather our side. And you know what? They're going to grow. I mean, they've grown vastly from their first year to their second year.
Well, I'll tell you what. Regardless of the outcome in this game,
they should be proud.
They're going to win some games this year.
Oh, yeah, agreed.
And more than just their 2-0.
Yeah.
When you look at, it
God, they won 4 or 5 games.
It appears as though Zeeland East is a little down, Holland's down, Wyoming
was down. Yeah, they could win up to 5 games. West will be good, Muskegon will be good.
I'll tell you what. The other thing is the numbers. Look at the numbers of players that they have compared to the past seasons.
Yeah.
They've got.
Remember they had 7 on the sideline.
Yeah.
He's open.
Ball. Going to be a flag. No flag. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 21. So the Red Hawks will be forced to attempt their second punt of the game.
I'll be honest, I love that call. You're 4th and long.
Sure.
You take a chance. You almost got a pass interference. You make a great catch, and if it's picked off, it's still kind of a mild punt,
Now I got to ask you guys a question. Do you think that Coach Check went in there and said, if they score one more time in this game, you guys are going to be doing up downs until Monday morning?
I don't think he did.
No, but I think he raised his volume with just a bit. But Dave is really a tactician of defense. And
maybe it was
that Biddy? There goes Biddy on that left side. Breaks one tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Mona Shores. Dimitri Roberson on the punt return. Goes 45, 55 yards.
Wow.
Game in hand. game in hand.
Well,
I'm not going there yet.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
There's still a whole quarter worth of football left.
The last time you made a prediction like
Yeah,
this was
but
in the
really-
playoffs, and it really was.
Yeah,
it
I
was-
understand.
it was hit and miss
Okay,
right there.
but slow down here, all right? I'm just going to toot my horn just a little bit here, okay? Is this playoffs? No. Okay.
Caden Pulowski. Oh, they're going the swinging gate. No
Little
one came
swinging
over.
gate.
See?
Nobody came over. 2-point conversion is good.
Flag on the play. So our near side of the field over here.
So we talked about this. I think it was in the Lowell game. So the swinging gate is something you do to. It's something else the team has to practice leading in. There's 5 or 6 different options you can do off of it. I think in week 1 we threw it to the split end over here. This week we threw it,
the offside,
and that's because because Union didn't line up anyone across from our line over there. So there's certain keys that Mark in particular, as the holder, will look at and know if he's going to pass the ball or go somewhere.
Let's look at that replay one more time on the end and see if we got it.
Oh, I don't know. It was on the far right.
We'll try and take a look here.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a replay for you, buddy.
Number 4. 24. 24. Yep.
This is us helping TJ.
Stephen
TJ helps us.
Koziak.
How much a perfect world we live in. Absolutely perfect. So, Sailors go up now by, we're going to 15, 16, 17 points, boys and girls. Our new boy, Colin, just nodding his head. Yeah, that's
Cohen
right.
has got it.
Cohen has got it there, boy.
Cohen, how you liking this so far? Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
No, good job, buddy. Glad to have you with us.
As we mentioned before, we got a new member of our team, Cohen Holman. Made him his media pass today, so he's got that bright smiley face on there. I sent it to him and his mom.
I didn't get my new one. I got my lanyard.
It's in the bag. It's in the bag.
It's in the bag?
Yeah, it's
like I'm in the bag sometime. Is that what we're saying here? Kickoff return across the 15, down to about the 25-yard line.
Okay, so here's what I'm interested in is just the football person, the coach and me. So there's 6:15 left in the third quarter. Obviously, it's been a completely different half. I want to see Mona Shores continue to keep pressing, to continue, not let up. I don't want any mistakes. I want them to continue to do what they have been doing for this half so far.
I look good in this picture. Yes, I do. You can make me look good.
I try.
Yeah, boy, it's a lot of work, too, though, let me tell you, brother. Not easy.
Yeah,
all right,
if you remember last game, you had your lanyard, but we had all those troubles at the beginning. We didn't have time for me to pull that out of there.
Too much going on, yeah.
But
hey, we got a King score. Can you get a King Cast Tech score, just out of curiosity?
I got it for you.
All right, you the man. 43-26, 6:15 remainder. First and 10 for the Red Hawks. Ball is going to be marked at the 23-yard line.
Ooh, I do have it. 29-19, Detroit King over Cast
Wow.
See, Aaron James thought King was going to win that, too, because
29-19.
better quarterback, better receivers. King.
Looks like another timeout. I think we should take a timeout, too. What do you think?
All right.
Let's take a little timeout.
Joe, take us to the timeout here, buddy.
We'll take a little bit of a timeout. We'll be right back.
And we got Cohen bringing me in here. Cohen, great job, brother. Welcome to the family. Nice to have a new young addition to the staff right here.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm saying I'm old. I've just seen this. Look, it's old, says 65 Medicare. Okay, that's old. Okay, but glad to be like a fine bottle of wine. The older, the better. Going to cut through across the 30, 35. Going to be run out of bounds. at about the 38-yard line.
And not much to it. I mean, it was a jet sweep to the sideline. It's not, it wasn't a special play. It's something that Mona Shores runs quite a bit.
And we've seen it quite a bit here. Well, you know what we haven't seen? I think we've seen it maybe 3 times. Just a basic fullback dive, whether it's inside or outside. Fullback's really been non-existent other than really blocking a lot. Kind of like a glorified guard we used to say back in the days when it was, 3 guys in the backfield and a cloud of dust. Now it's all spread and this and that. Back in the day, Steve. Back in the day.
Black and blue football.
I like football this way better myself.
Oh, it's exciting. 4-2-5 look. Got a little bump by linebackers. That little jet is going outside. He's going to break one tackle. Going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and Hampton veering to the outside. He's going to gain about 2. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Red Hawks. Red Hawks on the march right here. Best drive of the second half for them. Red Hawks having to have to punt on their first 2 possessions here in the third quarter. Third week in a row the Sailors have been on the road. We started in Lowell, then we hit to downtown Detroit, the D, for a big game. Now we're starting to head back west. We are in Grand Rapids, Michigan, kids. Twins to the top, split end to the left, fullback offset to the left. Sailors 4-2-5. Stevens rolling out. Going to try to get around that corner. He's going to get around that corner, and he's going to get wrapped up for a gain of about 4 yards on the carry. Brings up a 3rd and 5. 4:55 remaining here in the third quarter. Sailors up.
Kemper, Millis,
43-26.
Demir Farnham trying to chase him down. Just, Tommy Stevens was able to outrun him, but then Millis continued into the play and was able to make a tackle at the end.
So, Joe, we've got some exciting news that I need you to share with us.
Which one is it?
The new addition to Sailor Stadium that will be up and running,
yes,
I'm told,
absolutely.
on Monday.
Absolutely.
Pass downfield, Stevens got a receiver. That's going to be overthrown by about 8 yards. Brings up a 4th and 5 intended receiver, the Red Hawk. .419 here in the third quarter, 4th and 5. Over on the hash is over here as we're heading right to left over here on the Red Hawk sideline. Coach Fellows signaling the play, the offensive coordinator.
Steve also having to take a little camera work there.
And I'm going to give some kudos to Steve. Something's here, and Steve is all over. Trip to the right, split to the left, fullback, offset to the left. Stevens going to get the draw. It's going to tuck in and runs. Got the first down. Yes.
Big tackle, but still the first down.
Tackle by number 5, Thalman. So it's going to be first down. First down here. I know it's second first down.
I think it was the second first down of this drive.
Maybe the second. TJ's thinking first, maybe second. So at 4:06 counting down here. Ball's marked in Sailor territory at the 48-yard line. Trips to the top. Over on the Sailor side.
Quarterback draw.
Little draw. Stevens going to carry that up. Boy, is he just...
He's slippery, but he makes such good cuts, and he reads it. It looks like he's dead, and then boom, he goes.
And then he kind of torques his body enough sideways, and he dips his shoulder and just snakes his way through there. He's like, it's poetry in motion. 3:33 counting down here. Trips right, split left, fullback. New fullback coming in, number 9. Boy, hard to read the numbers on that all red there, but the helmets look good. That little silver look.
Wait till we play Zeeland West next week. They have those white on white numbers.
Oh, I know it. Those are god awful. They got those from Holland years ago. There's a nice little screen. Yeah, a little screen to the slot there. Boy, that was a nice little look. Yep. Bullet pass. enough for another first down for the Red Hawks. The Red Hawks are moving downfield here.
Even your predictions.
Their third possession here of the second half or third quarter. 2:57, counting down. First and 10, balls marked at the 35 into Sailor territory. First time in the second half that the Red Hawks have crossed the 50-yard line. Stevens.
Oh, great pressure. Oh,
nice pressures.
Looked like Drew Sandberg on the pressure. And
Big Drew Sandberg, the defensive end, Sam, as they call him, the Sam end.
Great pressure by Drew.
So I had somebody that stepped out earlier asking about the answers to the trivia question. Steve, if you want to cover that one more time.
So the team that they had the best winning percentage against was the Heights at 70%, and the worst was Traverse City at 10%. It's a play they went to earlier in the game a couple times.
Boy, Coach Check, kudos to Coach Check and his defensive staff. Kyle Brott, D-line coach. Linebacker coach David Check. Defensive back coach is Tyler Van Bergen. Gentlemen, nice job. They certainly have just solidified it back there, made some nice changes. And basically, Steve, as you said, guys, we got to do our job. Just do your job. And that's a big thing that Coach says, Coach Check has on his defensive playbook is do your job. And I've got in our locker room, just do your job and we'll be fine.
But with that being said, Union's making a move down the field now.
Yeah, they are. Well, they're countering what he's doing. Nice little cut here by Stevens. He's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down.
A late flag with a Sailor down. Looks like 55.
Looks like Kemper.
56. It looks like Kemper Millis. So we got a sub coming in for Kemper. At least I think we do. Coach Check out there talking to him. Or Coach Brott, it looks like, is out there right now checking in his senior tackle. All of 313 pounds of love. His mom cooked up a great pregame dinner today. Had some enchiladas, a little bit of rice. I ate too much. But I did wash it down with some nice fruit.
We have personal foul against the Red Hawks.
Boy, it's their third one in the third quarter. That's 45 yards just in 3 penalties right now, and that's huge right now because it was a 4th and 5. Now it's going to make it 4th and 25?
Looks like 4th and 20.
4th and 20, okay.
So 15-yard penalty on that one.
So 4th and 20.
Yep. They're going to take a shot down the field. We're man across.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Far side. He beat his man.
Ooh.
Nicely broken up. Tended to float it a little bit too high, but it was a nice ball. It was a catchable ball, but well defended by the Sailors. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10. Mona Shores ball is going to be marked right at the... Is that right at the 45, guys? Looks like right at the 45-yard line.
45-yard line.
2:19 remaining.
I'll tell you, it would be nice for a quick dagger score, if you will, right now, just to kind of put some, ease into this game for the Sailors.
Twins to the top, twins to the bottom. Konechny back to pass. Got a receiver open down there. It is, nicely defended by the Red Hawk. He was open. The Red Hawk just caught up to him and swiped it.
Take a look at that. Lake Michigan Insurance Instant Replay is a really good throw. The defensive back made up a lot of yardage to get that hand in there to break that up. It was a good play by Red Hawks.
485 viewers still. Thanks,
wow,
guys.
We've grown since halftime. That's great. We want to thank everybody for allowing us into your home, wherever, however you are listening. I hope you're enjoying this broadcast. We are having just a great time. I tell you, it's been a tale of two halves for you that are joined. First half, all Grand Rapids Union. Second half, the tide has turned for the Sailors, comfortably up by 17.
Spin trap.
Spin
Brandon
trap.
Bankard.
Bankard, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Mona Shores. Brandon Bankard, the junior, the speedster that he is.
You know, the spin trap is kind of a staple of Matt's offense, but we haven't seen it that much this year, quite honestly.
No.
We saw it a lot last year. But you're right, we did not see it a lot this year. And it worked well there.
Caden Pulowski with the kick here.
I tell you who runs the spin trap really nice, too, is a freshman this year. You got a little fullback, Matt.
It's good.
Matt Robertson's son is just a dynamite little fullback. Simeon Robertson, and he's just a joy to watch. Freshman beat Union handily. Again, you know, a building program. And the freshmen go to 2-1. JV got beat by Whitehall, a well-coached Whitehall team. They're 1-2, and it looks like the Sailors on their way to their second win of the season to go 2-1 and 1-0 in the conference. But I tell you what, it has not been that easy. The score is 50-26, but it's been a hard 50. Steve, would you agree with that? At least in the first half, it was a struggle.
It's a nervous 50.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been a hard 50, but it was sure a tough 26 to stop in the first half.
Good way to put it, yes.
Yeah, a tough,
Well, again, offense has really been clicking for the most part all night. Defense has had to find their identity, and they didn't find it until the second half, not with this team.
Kick's going to be bobbled around. It's going to be taken at about the 1. Going to break a couple tackles and get it out to the 15.
So Frank Sturgill asked a question here on the chat. If Houseman Field is still a rock to be tackled on. I know exactly what he's talking about in that old artificial turf. No, they redid Houseman Field a couple years ago, and it's the field turf now, and the stadium's in great shape. But no, the turf field is not the hard artificial turf that you remember it as.
Well, you know, back in the day when I was when the old stuff was here, and I was at Muskegon, I was coaching against Bob Farr, the legend down over here. They had a shoe bank here, and because it was turf, you had to order what size shoes you want. And we went over to the locker rooms over there, and they had hundreds of pairs of shoes, and we had to get special shoes to wear it on the turf back in the day. But it's absolutely beautiful now. Thanks. All right. So the Red Hawks team is going to carry the ball. And he is just tripped up. And he is getting
Drew?
up.
I think that was Drew again.
Getting up gingerly.
That's number...
Tough to see from up here.
Yeah.
44. Drew Sandberg, yep.
Drew Sandberg just knifing in on there and tripping up the quarterback. It's going to go all the way back to the 4-yard line.
Where was that in the first half?
It's a 10-yard loss, brings up second down and 20. Those are called halftime adjustments, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, halftime adjustments.
Yeah, that kind of a play is not a halftime adjustment.
Yeah, it's a halftime adjustment. Yeah, that's a little stunt. They probably just knifed him in there like a little smoke call. Jet motion, going to run outside. He's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry. Clock's going to run. We're down to under a minute here in the third quarter.
Farnham on the tackle.
Farnham on the tackle, says the wonder that is Steven. Steve, what do you got playing? Oh, hey, Steve, how was the Michigan game?
It was good. We're going down tomorrow for the night game. So against Washington, really pumped about that.
Hey, Joe and I didn't get the text about going down. What were we off the map? I mean,
Joe did.
Joe did. Oh, Joe did. Okay, fine. Yeah. Joe's got Noah. I got Owen. That's all right. Angelina and I will be home.
We're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, great, Steve. And hope you have a good time.
I'll text you.
Yeah, text me. Go ahead, whatever. Stevens back to pass.
Slip screen again.
Yeah, little slip screen in there. Pick up about 1 on the carry. Going to be a 4th down, and we probably will have seen the last play here in the third quarter, kids. We're under 3 seconds to go. 2, 1, and we have come to the end of the third quarter of action. It's OK Green Conference opener for the conference. Sailors on the road here at historic Houseman Field, up 50-26. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We're going to let you take it with us. And we are back. 12 minutes remaining here. Opening games for the OK Green Conference, the premier conference in the MHSA. Nobody better than the OK Conference. So, Joe, we got a new scoreboard going up. It will be in use a week from today, brother. I understand everything's going to be hooked up on Monday.
I can't wait to actually see it. I can't wait to actually get to the opportunity to
punt. Roberson, no.
Yep, that's.
Yeah, Biddy around that right side, crosses the 30, 25, and he is going to be run out of bounds at about the 15, 16, 17-yard line. First 10, Mona Shores at 17.
A little bit about that scoreboard. That entire scoreboard, if you guys come to Sailor Stadium, was paid for by sponsors within the community. We have been showing some of their advertisements on our live feed as well. So as you see the sponsorships come across or some of these advertisements, make sure to stop by, thank them. You see people that work there, that kind of stuff. You definitely need to thank them because all of that was paid for by sponsorship money. And the great thing about it is you'll be able to see some of our instant replays on that screen, as well as some of our live shots.
That's going to be so cool for the fans.
Yeah, that is absolutely.
You know, when you go to a game like Michigan, everyone looks to the scoreboard to see what it was or what it's called.
You bet.
All right, Mona Shores, 11:48. Little sweep motion.
Touch. Oh, they're going to give him the touch. There's flag. Late flag.
I think it's bankered. I don't know.
They're going to call him down, depending on what the flag
I don't know
is.
what happened behind the play.
Yeah, hurt Union player. It was way behind the play, too.
The flag was way behind the play. Now, the Sailors are definitely moving the ball very well in this second half comparatively to Union. It's been a tale of two halves as far as the offenses go this time.
Yeah, you can physically see the Union player is hurt. He's like grimacing in pain.
It's going to be a personal foul against Mona Shores. That is, there's a question on there reference the new scoreboard. Reference whether or not we're going to be able to tie the down and distance as well as the clock into our feed. That is something that we are going to be working on. It depends on the interface from the actual tablet itself. So I believe there's a good chance that we will be able to, it's called NDI connection, bring that in and use it as a data point and run it as a
You know what that sounds like, Joe, to me?
What's that? Something for Cohen to take care of?
Something for you. That's a foreign language to me.
But yes, that's one of the things we're hoping to also bring in is an actual tie-in with the scoreboard, the down and distance, as well as the time left in the game. So hopefully we will have that. That is not something. Again, the scoreboard just got installed a couple days ago, wasn't it, Nick?
Was this
yeah.
week?
And then they are expecting to have it up in most action by next Friday. I know there's still a lot of training that we need to do on it. Dave Drosky and his class is going to be part of, and already has been part of, creating the player reel that we run at the beginning of the game is something that Dave and his class actually put together, and we.
That's going to be fun.
So there's a lot of things coming with this. Cohen in his third trimester is going to be part of that class, so he's going to be tied right into this development, and probably from here on out, wouldn't you say, Cohen?
Yep.
He's going to do it as an independent study as a senior, so that he can continue to stay on and work with this.
Well, not only that, but I know I'll be asking Cohen to get some of his buddies to join Sailor Nation Sports with us. Alvin, we'd love to have some of his friends, and we want to thank Dave Drosky for everything he's doing. Welcome to be part of our family here, and it's going to be all good stuff because everything we have is going to be donated to Mona Shores. That was the goals Joe and I had when we began Sailor Nation Sports, and it's going to come to fruition. And we want to thank everybody out there. We can't thank you enough for allowing us into your home, however and wherever you are tuning in with us. We've got a little sky motion right there. Konechny on the option. Konechny going around that right side. Konechny down inside of 15 is going to be down at about the 10-yard line. I tell you what, Mark Konechny's showing a little athleticism. You know, he was built as a passer. The brother can run.
Oh, yeah. He can move.
Mark can move. He can scoot those feet.
You know, another person that needs to be thanked for the hard work, the dedication, the effort that he's put in for this video scoreboard is Todd Kynrand, athletic director.
Absolutely.
He has been the spearhead for really kind of making this work. And I tell you, it's going to benefit way more than the football team. It's going to be the entire school band. There's a lot of different events that they're planning on using for that. There's going to be weekend family movie nights and that kind of stuff that the school is going to be able to offer up. So,
great
Mark Konechny, scatterback going around that right. Tripped up a little bit, and
Mark
he landed on that right hip, it looks like, and he was airborne. Mark is down and slowly getting up. Look like he's all right, but I think we're going to have to get a sub in for him because he is limping. Thalman would go in at quarterback.
He's holding his tailbone.
Dan Schneider, our trainer, coming in.
/tailbone.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Mark was airborne and landed really hard on that right hip. So it looks like Landon Thalman will go in at quarterback, replacing the injured Mark Konechny.
Let's take a look at that hit one more time on the Lake Michigan Insurance instant replay. I think we got a good hit or good look at that one as he came around. Yeah, he came down pretty hard on that.
Yeah, he did. He's walking gingerly, but he's not limping anymore.
Those hurt, though.
Yeah.
Those definitely hurt.
So, first and goal at the 6-yard line. Clock is running 10:19 and counting down in the fourth and final quarter here at historic Houseman Field.
You know, back in the day, Coach Preston would have said tape an aspirin on it and get back
sure
out there.
Would. Touchdown. Bankert.
Bankert, fullback died. The little trap that it is. Doc Fugate would have said, you know what, rub it a little bit, cortisone shot, you won't feel it.
Dean Jewett would have said rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it, tape an aspirin on it, get back out there.
God, when I played at Muskegon, we had the cinder track around, the old cinder track. Boy, rubbed some cinders on there, little cortisone shot. God, I got banged up in Traverse City at the old Thurley Field. And I had a blood clot in my right arm. Old Doc Fugate shoots me out with some cortisone to dissolve it, leaves a needle in, screws in another syringe, shoots me up again. I was good to go.
Jeez.
So,
missed the extra point.
10 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Sailors are now up by 30. 56-26, 10:06 remaining. We're going to take a quick break.
Let's take a quick break real quick.
Let's do it.
And welcome back, everyone. We've got a new member of the family, Cohen, running the board. Cohen, great job with your debut. You know, Cohen, I'm comparing. Last year it was Steve's first year, and I'm a little compare and contrast. And you know what, Cohen, great job.
Cohen's going to do a little something for me. So earlier during your JV game, we had one of our good friends bring in a picture of you. Go ahead, let's see that picture. Bob Grant, yep. In this picture here.
Can we just get a tackle?
So again, sorry, the audio cut out on that one. That is a picture that Bob Grant took from the JV game yesterday. Unfortunate loss for you guys.
Yeah, tough loss. Kudos to Whitehall, great team.
But Bob Grant took that, and the caption for that was, "Please caption this picture." And we got some great stuff. That's Nick Davros. If you haven't seen him, that's our play-by-play analyst here in the booth with us. But I tell you what, it was an absolutely awesome picture. Steve, what did we have for what were some of the best ones that we had out there?
Well, let me just get an update here. 9:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Sailors up comfortably by 30 now, 56-26. It'll be 1st and 8 for the Red Hawks. All right.
What? No anchovies? Where's my Jamocha shake?
Absolutely.
Why does Joe get to be in the box? What do you mean your Jamocha shake machine is down?
Touche. Oh. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So keep reading them because we got the picture back up there again.
All right.
Oh, my God.
I said slant, not a post. Someone call me a taxi. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. When did that become a rule? For the last time, I'm Greek, not Italian.
I think we've got the flavor here.
Does anyone know where I parked my car?
That's what I get for being 65 and on the side.
Why do I always get blamed for everything?
Yeah, that's right.
I can't find my Planet Fitness membership card. I said I forgot my glasses again. What happened?
Where's my crate? Where's my milk crate?
Yeah.
Where's my baklava?
Oh, my God. Okay, I think we get the flavor here.
So another penalty, a costly penalty against the Sailors. Looks like
hey, we're going to ask TJ. I think you asked TJ penalties for both teams. We'll get that in a minute. Yeah, okay. TJ's going to get that. We're 9:03 counting down fourth quarter here. OK Green Conference action trips to the left. 8 penalties for 99 yards, Steve.
For the Sailors.
Yeah. There's a pass.
Wow. I tell you what.
No, go ahead.
Those passes are on point.
Yeah, but it's great defensive.
It is.
Much better defensive coverage
in the second half. Sure.
Congratulations for the halftime adjustments that Coach Tech, Coach Broad, and Coach Van Bergen made. The defense has just been lights out, significantly improved. And offensively, we've scored 30-plus points in this half alone. The score, Steve, is going to look like, boy, the Sailors really blew them out.
Yeah, not the case.
Not the case, though. Fullback is going to pick up about 3 yards on the carry. And the fullback's really been non-existent in the Coach Fellows offense as far as positive yard. I think he's carried the ball maybe 5 times at the most. But I tell you, it's just been a joy to have TJ again. It's a pleasure to have met him for our second time, and Don could have gotten a better guy keeping his stats here. It's just been on top, and it's just helped us immensely. Good to see my dear friend, former head coach at Ottawa Hills, Bob Farr. Bob's 78 years old, and we had some good battles when I was back at Muskegon. He looks good. And again, we have Cohen here. Want to welcome him to the family and the yeoman work that Joe and Steve have done. The extra duties that Steve has done as he puts on his spectacles now. Quarterback stepping up. He loses one ball, and he's going to be brought down from behind.
Number 25.
Octavio Alvarado.
The junior. Octavio Alvarado. His younger brother's on my JV team, Augustin Alvarado.
That's why I had to put on my glasses. It's getting hard to see, and we have some new players in the game. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty good without mine all game. I just thought I'd let you know. Yeah, right.
You just walked into me, and you didn't know
Yeah, right, exactly. I fall over a chair or something like that. I'm not reading anything today. So, the Red Hawks back in punt formation. Who's back, Steve?
I don't know. I can't. The number is turned sideways.
It's a nice punt. It could be returnable. No, it's going to come up a little short.
Get away from
Going
it.
to get away. Call fire, or Peter.
Is that Hayden Terpstra?
It might be Hayden.
It is
number
Hayden
23.
Terpstra. Yep, Hayden Terpstra.
Yeah, I think he brought up 10 of my kids, and then not only that, but because of the fifth quarter rule, I had to put on stripes and the interlocking MS Wednesday night and move the numbers around because Matt wanted everybody to look the same without having to redo it every Friday. So the fifth quarter rule is really paying big dividends to my JV kids who get to see some varsity action at the next level.
Landon Thalman's still in at quarterback.
Yeah, I got to believe we've seen the end of Mark for tonight.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, no reason.
And this is good work for Thalman as well. You always want to be able to rely on that depth, that next man up type of a situation.
Yeah,
this is good stuff.
And he is just a great, runs the opposite. Look at this. Just poetry in motion there right
this
there.
This is Terpstra right there.
Yeah.
Really great on that option.
No. You don't lose much with Thalman at quarterback as far as running the offense. Throwing is a little different. He's a good thrower. He's not a Mark Konechny thrower, but Thalman is a solid backup. And
he has control of the offense.
He does. He's got fine control of the offense.
I tell you what, Jonathan Gimser got stuck. He got the fake, and he got hit pretty hard, but got right back up.
Yeah, Jonathan Gimser is just a gem. Played linebacker and running back for me on the JV, and he's just a gem. Workhorse, great kid, comes from a great family. In motion, little jet action right there.
Andrew Grimm on the carry.
Grimmer going to carry the ball. Grimmer's going to get that first down along that right side. A lot of backups getting some action there, Grimmer. Dad, assistant coach on the varsity, helping signal in plays.
So, Steve, in the absence of Kimmin, how do you think I've been doing? I mean, you've been kind of keeping an eye on the game over there. Has it been looking pretty good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I a legitimate fill-in for Kimmin?
You are a legitimate fill-in. Yep.
All right.
Good job.
Should I just pat Steve on the back now, too, for taking care of all the responses and all the stuff he did, too? Wow. Steve, great job, double duty. I know you're probably going to need to sleep in a little bit. Lucky it's a night game for you, or you can sleep in a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely will sleep in tomorrow.
Oh, of course you will. Who's carrying the ball right here?
Is that?
I think that's Gimser, Gimser.
Jonathan Gimser.
4.
Is it 4?
I think it's 4.
No, that's Dimitri, so
3.
I think it's
3.
Gimser. Yep.
3. Gimser.
3, okay. So, Joe, how do you feel you've done on the camera? Do you think you're really a camera guy?
I could be. How's that?
There you go.
If it was my priority, I think I could do it okay. I mean,
yeah, no.
I think I did Kimmin at least a little bit of justice.
Oh,
here.
I think.
But I am no Kimmin.
No. Kim, that's why we say Kimmin's the best in the business. There's no question.
Hopefully, everybody out there, the 390 that are still watching with us.
Wow. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Hey, where are those 390 from? Who can spot there, Steve? Do you think you can do 390? Look around.
Well, why don't you pull up the feed on your phone?
Little bumble on the ball.
Bumble
there.
on the play. Steve, I've got to do this. This is thankless job right here. Offense, defense, special teams, everything. Looking at the officials.
I'll tell you what, this has been a really good broadcast, and obviously we always miss it when anybody of the crew is not with us, but having Cohen, this has been fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Cohen has been doing a spectacular job. I don't think you've missed a beat on anything, Cohen.
So, Joe, next week then, when Kimmin's back mounting the cameras up there on the crow's nest, What are you going to be doing next week?
Well, I'm probably going to do this. I'm going to talk on the way home with Cohen about maybe setting him up and
giving him some board duty then, and you can.
We might set him up with a tripod and a camera. Maybe he can do some sideline reporting.
Oh, that would be great.
What do you think, Cohen?
Spin trap.
To do that little trap action.
Gemser on the carry.
Jonathan Gemser getting some quality reps here.
Got Eric Kottner in there as well.
My boy Eric.
Receiver.
Cott had a good game yesterday.
Give you a camera and a microphone. Set you right down there and just you can stand in front, do some interviews. Let's go live to Cohen down on the side.
The Cohen cam.
The Cohen cam. That's
Cousin
right.
to the Johnny cam. The Cohen cam. C2 as we call. Is it Cohen with a C or K?
It's a K.
K.
Yeah, K.
Yep.
Well, KC on the sideline.
Grimm on the carry again.
Grimmer. Look at Grimmer showing some speed along that right side. Dad Tom, owner of Muskegon Quality Builders.
Norton Shores, Alma, LaGrange, Georgia.
Ooh.
Alma is Bryce.
Yes. Where else, buddy? Any other states?
They're coming in kind of slow right now.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, we appreciate everybody giving us a shout out. I'd love to see where we're at.
309 coming down. We're going to be home next week. The friendly compound of let's put the teeth in. The friendly confines of Sailor Stadium. The new scoreboard, the family, Cohen's going to be with it. It's going to be a big night, Joe. Fill us in a little bit.
The Sailor Salute, and I'll tell you, we didn't have a Sailor Salute last year. The Sailor Salute gives homage to past, present, future military, public safety, frontline workers, and it really is a very good, very fantastic thing. It goes back several years, back when Portinga was here, actually. And it's a big event. There'll be some static displays with police, fire, EMS, the law enforcement, military branches will be there. There'll be all kinds of things.
Matt brought with him here,
yes,
correct?
Matt brought that over here, and I think it was.
Well, I think it was in tribute to his brothers that
yes,
served.
I believe that is correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So. First down for the Sailors on that one. But, yeah, it's a major event. It's a big event. And we, as much as we like to see you guys here on Sailor Nation Sports Network, that is especially one, and any one of our home games really, that if you can come to, that we would love to have you in person so that you can really make it a big event because it is. Oh, and the several hundred people choir, community choir, will be singing the national anthem on the field.
And that is good. Yeah. So we love that you're listening to us. We'd rather meet you. We want to meet some of you out there in Sailor Nation. So come visit us. We're going to have a section over there going around that left side, and he's going to dive into the end zone, it looks like.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. I want to say hi to Brenda, who's listening to us back in Muskegon. Brenda, hope you're doing well. Glad to have you join us.
It's going to be a holding. It's going to come back.
Terp going around that left side.
So
God, isn't this funny? Terp's dad played for us at Reese Puffer back in the day. Yeah. Second generation, brother.
Hey, so we have some time here a second. Just some sports updates. Last night in soccer, soccer team tied Zeeland East 0-0 earlier in the week. They beat Zeeland West 3-2. They are 3-2-2 on the season. And tennis, they played a tough Jenison team. Jenison's a very good tennis team. They tied them 4-4 yesterday. Drew Hackney went to 12-0 on the year. Caden Hellman, playing at the number 2 singles, is 11-1. And then in volleyball last night, Mona Shores beat Union to move to 7-5 on the season. Denver, Colorado, Balm, Florida.
Colorado, Florida, you keeping track of these, Nick?
Colorado, Florida, Georgia. I'm all over that, please. I got a memory like an elephant. Sometimes I move slow like an elephant, too. 2 minutes exactly. Countdown here at historic Houseman Field. It's second down and 12 for the Sailors. Up 56-26.
Matt Robertson wanted you to know that it's Solomon that's out there.
That's Solomon. Yeah, I knew it wasn't that. Sorry, Matt. Forgive me.
The other one's playing a Pee Wee tomorrow.
Yes, I'm sorry. Solomon, please forgive me. Yeah,
he's very thankful for Sailor Nation Sports Network.
Oh well, listen, man. It's I get to coach his son next year, Solomon, and I tell you what a joy. And I had a chance to coach with Matt when Don was at Shores. That was just a few years ago, like 21.
I played football with Matt. So.
You played football with Matt?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are young pups, aren't
Yeah,
you?
We are. Class of 93.
God, I was coaching at
93, yeah.
Well, I coached against you then.
Yeah,
God, am I old.
Hey,
Dear
quick before
God.
we go, because we're getting people asking for updates.
Okay.
Zeeland West and Muskegon. Muskegon's up 21-14.
Ooh,
and
big
the last update we still have is at halftime of the Cass Tech game when it was 29-19 Martin Luther King. So those are the latest updates that I
So
was
Big
able
Reds,
to
after
find.
that big loss, coming back to win down in Zeeland. Well, they're winning. But last year it went down to a punt that Muskegon ran back to win the game. West was winning. They had the punt, and I think the quarterback.
Here's the update, 28-20 Muskegon won.
Wow.
28-20.
According to Eddie Kuznar.
All right, so
Thanks,
Muskegon 28-20 rallies after the big loss at Hackley Stadium against Cass Tech. We're under a minute here at historic Houseman Field. Sailors up by 30. The score truly is not indicative of the type of game it was. It was truly a tale of two different halves. First half, it was a dogfight. Sailors going up in the last minute by a few points, but the second half, Sailors pitch a shutout, Stephen.
I once again, going back, I expected a much improved Union team. What we saw from Union in the first half was far exceeded, I think, anything that we thought we were going to see.
Yeah, truly much improved, though. Truly much improved.
What Don and his staff have done, incredible. On the flip side of that, the adjustments and the energy that Mona Shores came out with in the second half was quite impressive as well. So
yeah, not only the energy, but just the offense and defensive changes that were made at halftime in order to win by 30 was very impressive as well. So the Sailors go up 2 wins to 1 loss. 3 games on the road at Lowell to start for the Pink Arrow game at Martin Luther King downtown Detroit, and now here in Grand Rapids. Fellas, we are heading home for a while, which is nice.
Yes, it always is. It always is. And go back to what Steve had mentioned earlier, that the 3 goals of this season are still intact.
Yep.
And that's a very important thing. But I'll tell you what, the challenges get tougher going forward from here.
So the unique thing, too, about next week, right? So Lowell wasn't spread, but they had a spread element, but they ran the ball more. But then you had King spread, Union spread. Now we go back to Wing T next week, and that, once again, those are the tough ones to prepare for because they're really hard to simulate in practice. And so, as usual, Coach Check will have his hands full, and I'm sure Zeeland West will want to get back into the win column next week.
So, for everybody, Joe, I'm going to let you take out because we've got a special guest that you recruited. Go ahead, brother.
I just wanted to say, Cohen, you've done a fantastic job for your first full broadcast, especially first sports broadcast, and you can run this board anytime you want. I'll tell you what, you've done a fantastic job. I think you're getting more and more comfortable with it as you've been going along. How do you feel on it?
I feel a lot more comfortable,
Is
yes.
Mom and Dad at home listening?
I would assume so.
I would hope they
Well,
are
they
too.
better be.
Yeah,
If not, hey, Cohen, if they're not, get a hold of me. You let Papa D take care of that. We're going to go. But
just make sure you bring your wallet with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God. So next week we are home.
Next week we are home.
Sailors Salute.
And we're going to work on trying to put together a little extra show for that one because it's a big event. It's our first home game. It's the Sailors Salute. We'll probably try to do upwards of an hour worth of
and let us know out there, what do you guys want to see from the Sailors Salute? What can we bring to you? And finally, I got to give one more big thanks to our friend TJ right here. 2nd year in a row, buddy. Thank you for everything you've done. Great job coaching over there.
Yeah.
Please give our congratulations to Don and the staff. You guys have just done a great job. Please get a JV team next year, okay? Bob, thank you, my friend. Good. Bob, for heaven's sakes, can we get food in a couple of years, please, when I come back? Oh, come on, Bob. I gave you some love, Bob. For heaven's sakes, Bob. Bob, I just need some food next year, okay? So everybody here, thank you so much. Houseman Field, you've been a great host for Sailor Nation Sports. We are going to sign off. Have a great weekend, everyone. Steve, enjoy the Michigan game, and we will see you next Friday from Sailor Stadium. Good night, everybody.